Hey, 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 Wadzilla. Wait. I fucked up. This is Dr. Fuck, and with me is.
Oh yeah, Wadzilla, baby. What's up, Ralph?
Rock and Metal Combat Podcast. All right, Wadzilla, I got a sad story for you.
Uh-oh.
Last week, as you remember,
Yeah.
Wadzilla hit me up on Saturday. And he said, "Hey, can you record tomorrow?" I said, "No, I got to go to a concert." And it's a concert I've been keeping secret. Remember I told you that before? I'm going to a show, but I can't tell you what the show is, but I'll tell you what it is afterwards.
No, I have no idea. I
Yeah,
drink a
because
lot.
you're drunk. But I did say that on a past episode.
Oh, you did? Okay. What was the show?
Wow Ride.
Oh shit. How was that?
It was far, by the way. Me and Ruben,
I love that guy.
he we drove up to Boca Raton to go
How
see
far is Boca from you?
about an hour and a half, maybe.
Okay.
It's kind of
That ain't-
far, right?
Not for Wild Ride.
Oh no, of course not for a Wild Ride. So we get there, right? And you know Wild Ride, I don't know if you're aware of this, Ian, but they have a huge tour bus.
Yes.
It says Wild Ride on it. It's like this is the band that's in this tour bus, which is cool, you know?
Yeah.
But I didn't see it anywhere, right? And I'm
Yeah.
looking around, like, where the fuck's the Wild Ride tour bus? So then I go to the guy and I go, "Hey, Wild Ride." He's like, "No, only the gun," because Wild Ride's touring with the Guns N' Roses band.
With who?
Guns N' Roses tribute band.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh, you mean Axel and Duff and Slash?
yeah, that.
Okay.
They just didn't bring the keyboard player and the chick. They didn't bring the chick. Dizzy's still there though.
Yeah. Yeah. Who's the chick? Disney? There's Dizzy and Disney. I don't know.
Is that her name, Disney?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, anyway, I tell the guy, the guy working there, and he goes, "As far as I know, it's only the Guns N' Roses tribute band." Now, I went there to surprise Mick. He didn't know I was going, right?
Oh, fuck.
I text him. And he's like, "No, dude, we're not doing the Florida shows."
Oh!
And, dude, here's the fucking kicker. Their name was on the flyer for that show.
Oh, man.
That's why I thought I was going to see, I thought. So for me to want to surprise Mick cost me a big ass trip. If I would have just told him, "Hey, Mick, I'm going to see you on Sunday," he could have told me, "Oh, I'm not going to be there." You know what I mean?
And let me guess, the worst part is not only was Wild Ride not there, but this Guns N' Roses tribute band only plays songs off the Spaghetti Incident.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's that. So we wasted a show last week as well. I could have done the show if I knew. So yeah,
Oh,
a bummer, man.
Did you watch the Guns N' Roses band though?
No. And I felt bad because after I left, he wrote me back. After he let me know they weren't there. I left and he wrote me back, but I'm driving. I can't check my phone while
Right.
I didn't get the text till I got home, and he wrote in the text, "The guy that's Slash in that Guns N' Roses band is a huge fan of yours." And I was like, "Man, I would have stuck around for that. Fuck it. You're a fan of mine. I'll stick around and watch your tribute band." You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
And I was, it was bummer, man. It was like, fuck. Yeah, what a bummer. Because I had the harebrained idea of, I'm going to surprise him.
That sucks. Oh, and just so everybody knows, we started talking before the show. Ralph was offended. He says, "Why does your background say Coke White? It doesn't. It says Coke whore." So,
which is much less offensive.
Yes, I'm promoting Coke whores. But man, yeah, that sucks. That sucks. Oh well, you get an episode this week. But man, that would have been great I should have known though, because I would have seen pictures of you with the great Dick Twatkins.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you or anybody in case it leaked.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's all
want
right.
nobody to fucking know.
You know what though? You can always feel safe with me because if I'm sober, I'll respect what you said. If I'm drunk, I'm gonna forget shit anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Like me saying I'm going to see a show. I can't tell you what it is.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
forgot I told you that.
yeah. I'm the best confidant in the world. I'm ride or die. Plus, I forget a lot of shit.
Yeah, I can tell you anything when you're drunk.
Who knows the shit you let me know? You probably told me the secrets of Area 51 and shit.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
I in the future when you get real sloshed, I'll tell you where I buried 3 of my victims.
Yeah, it's safe.
You
Cops will
won't
never get it out
remember.
of me. I have no idea. I'm like, he's a nice guy. He used to cut the grass.
Yeah, it was hitchhikers, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, well, fuck them. They're not real people like you and me.
Yeah, they hitchhike.
Yeah. But oh, you texted me yesterday, so this is how it usually goes with Ralph and I. I'm so busy during the week. I work long hours and shit like that, and shit, life happens. And I'll hit him up on Saturday. Hey, what the fuck are we doing the next day? Can you record? We're doing it's very loose like that. Um, and he texts me back. Yeah, we can record. But this disturbing thing about what happened with a fan of the show and a friend of ours. And I'm gonna go on a rant about this because this shit really pissed me off. He goes, hey, I know Ralph doesn't want to refer to him by name, but I'm going to encode so people don't know who I'm talking about. It rhymes with Tim Breen. So what rhymes with Tim Breen got all upset at Ralph about some shit and fucking unfriended him and left the page. And I'm so sick of this shit, man. I am fucking sick of this shit. And I love Tim Breen, but it's all this shit about people, unfriending Ralph or getting into it with Ralph about, oh, you made fun of the band that I like, or you don't rank this band as high as I rank this band. And it's you fucking pussies. When did everybody turn into fucking pussies? This shit's been going on for years now. So many people unfriended me over fucking politics and shit and left our page over fucking politics.
Can you imagine if I got into politics?
Oh my God.
I'd probably be alone on Facebook.
But here's the thing. I've never made it no secret, like, my politics or bands that I make fun of and shit like that. But I've never unfriended anybody over. I've had a lot of people unfriend me. And I don't, steer from my course or anything. I'm vocal about it. But if you're not that, it's okay. It's okay. Because if you can't handle that shit, how do you leave the fucking house? How do you deal with fucking life? Does everybody agree with you? I mean, look, I look up to Ralph. He's a hero of mine. But if I fucking judged what music I listen to on his taste, how much fucking shit that I love I wouldn't listen to? It's like, who gives a fuck what Ralph likes? I can still admire the guy, be his friend, and just because he doesn't like something that I like, I'm going to be like, oh, I can't be friends with him, or oh, I can't listen to. I mean, how weak are you fucking people? Jesus fucking Christ, and fucking, really, Tim Breen. And this guy, he's got a great career now because he's making fun of somebody in his favorite fucking band. But if you make fun of his member or a band that he likes, then I'm leaving. And now he's off the page. And then I get people who come at me and they're like all mad because, this or that, or Ralph did this. Who gives a fuck? You're going to leave the fucking page because somebody doesn't agree with what, I'm so sick of this shit. I'm sick of fucking pussies, And I worked construction, for years before I got into maintenance and shit that I do now and stuff. And you had to be fucking thick skinned, You couldn't let any little fucking thing offend you, and who do you know in real life that likes everything that you like and doesn't dislike something you like? And if they do, oh, I can't be your friend no more. You fucking pussies. Pussy, 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 pussy. Goddamn. And especially this shit with Tim Bream. You make fun of Paul Stanley nonstop, yet you're the biggest Kiss fan. But if somebody makes fun of Ace Frehley, that's not cool. That's not cool that you bring up the fact that he loves shit shoved up his fucking ass.
And
And he's not.
what's wrong with that? Wait, let's stop for a second. I love Ace Frehley, okay?
Right.
Ace Frehley loves stuff shoved up his ass, okay?
Right.
If Ace is happy, I'm happy. So by him having stuff shoved up his ass, I'm happy for him. Hey, I like my asshole licked. I ain't got no shame. I don't like stuff shoved up there, but you know, I like some ass play with the girl's tongue, you know what I'm saying? But I didn't mean to interrupt you. And by the way, I gotta say this. This is not something we talked about talking about. Ian just went off on
Oh,
the
yeah. No, because
I just told Ian, I really don't want to talk about it, but this whole rant Ian's doing, I have nothing to do with it. That's him on his own. You know?
No, because it does. It upsets because I love Tim Bream, and I'm disappointed in him. Like, be a little bit more thick-skinned. If I got this upset about you not liking what I like, this show would never fucking happen. Any show would. Stop being a fucking pussy, you know, and especially if fucking Ace Frehley is your favorite guitar player. That's like saying Gallagher's my favorite comedian. You know, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, Gallagher was pretty good. I mean,
exactly.
he wasn't awesome, but him with those melons, he was kind of.
But you know what I'm saying? If that's
Carrot Top's a good one.
Yeah. Okay. There's another analogy. Yeah. Both. You know. But I mean, God, who gives a fuck? But if that's your favorite comedian, so be it. And if Ace is your favorite guitar player, so be it. Don't get mad that we point out that he wears a wig, can't sing, can't play, and loves shit shoved up his ass. That's your hero. You should aspire, you know, to do the same shit. But for all this shit, you know, and it makes me mad how many people we fucking lost. You know, fucking, you know, Bill Wang, Justin Childers, all these people. Because if you don't think exactly like they fucking think, then, you know, you're a piece of shit. Or if, you know, you have an issue with Ralph and I don't fucking, you know, stick up for you, fuck you. You're your own person. If you're that worried about what Ralph thinks, fucking get over it. If you're that worried about what I think, get over it. You know? And it is funny because, you know, Ralph's like, oh my God, he goes, all this shit that you say, and Ralph has said this a million times. I hate bands, not fans. And I'm the opposite. I am. Those people are just trying to make a buck, these artists, with their limited talent, in my opinion. I think what's worse is the people who support them. Like, what's worse, Hitler or all the Nazis who followed him? I say the Nazis who followed him. Fuck them, you kill them, you win the war. You know?
Wow, how the fuck did you come up with such a genius little statement there, Ian? That was.
I don't know, but I'll probably forget it when I'm sober.
I'll remember that one. That's a good.
Okay.
Did you steal that from somebody?
No, if I did, I probably forgot. You know?
Yeah, that's true. You probably heard it.
But you know, it's fucking retarded, and I think of the people that I liked and good friends, you know, that I've lost, you know, over politics or fucking music, or if you don't like this band, it's like, I don't know. Man, we're older, but we weren't pussies when I was growing up.
You know what? I got to tell you this. This just happened after the election. I had a good friend, man. He, and I didn't even say nothing. I mean, I said something political, but not really. And I think you'll like it. I thought what I said was pretty funny. Yeah. After the Kamala Harris-Trump election, the next day, you know how Trump won by a lot? So I go, wow, this election's crazy. I haven't seen a woman get beat this bad since the Olympics. My friend, who I've known as a little kid, he's grown up and now he's transsexual. All right, very talented. That he had a band at 12 years old that they opened for us, and the guy sang Stormbringer, a little fucking kid, just like Glenn Hughes, a mega talented kid. But yeah, now he's transsexual, and he took offense to my joke. And I wasn't really being political, but you know, it's kind of bled in there a little bit. But
yeah, but it's ridiculous, man. It really is. I mean, can't we have different opinions and still be fucking friends? And I can make fun of this shit all day long, but for some reason, and Ralph brings this up all the time, and I found out that it's not only on this show, it bleeds over into real life, even though this is real life. But, you know, I can say the most vile shit, and people, like, let me get a pass. Ralph says something, you know, and everybody hates his ass. And this happened at work because I'm no different at work. You know, and I work a very good job that's very, shall I say, politically correct. But you're not going to change me. I don't give a fuck. I'm 50 fucking years old. About ready to be 51. I don't give a fuck. Give a fuck about your feelings. Funny's funny. Comedy's not pretty. And he was talking about the fact that there's a guy that got like, he's lucky he didn't get fired, but he got moved to a whole nother department for doing some shit that he shouldn't have done. He goes, and Ian, he goes, you do even worse. You say even worse than this guy, but you're so goddamn funny that everybody looks the other way. And I don't know what that is, you know. And the funny thing is, a lot of the shit that I say, I mean.
You know? And what I say, when the stuff up Ace's ass is the truth, but everything else, yeah, it's a joke. All right, you may find it unfunny, but other people found it funny. You know what I mean? It's not like I'm doing this and nobody's laughing. There's a lot of people laughing at these jokes I put up. Some people don't like that, man. And they, you know, of course, in my world, you know what? If I was really offended by a post, I'd go after the people laughing. Are you laughing at this, you motherfucker? It's purging this asshole.
Like I said, though, it's so funny that, you know, the same shit that happens on this show happens to me at work, and I guess I get away with it being funny. I'm a much worse human being than Ralph, but everybody gives me a pass.
I'm telling you, Ian, you have a special gift of being a douchebag that doesn't get the the douchebag meter doesn't go off when you go by it.
Yeah,
you have a special gift.
So I can pass any lie detector. You know? But it is. But it's like, God damn it! When did everybody get offended and all this shit? And I don't know. It's like, who do you know in real life? Like, I have a hard time even finding motherfuckers that I work with or I see on the streets that have anything in common with me. You know? And then here we have people, we become a community, we have common interests. But if anybody fucking, you don't like what I like, Jesus fucking Christ. And like good friendships that have ended over this shit. It's ridiculous. Ridiculous. And, you know, I might wish death on you, but don't defriend me. You know? God damn it, Facebook, Jesus Christ, you know? But I'm a firm believer. You know, I saw these posts today. You know, everybody talking about, on, you know, the day we're recording this, it's the anniversary of Freddie Mercury's death and Eric Carr's death. And I'm a firm believer that Jesus Christ killed Freddie Mercury for making horrible music, you know, with too much jazz influence. And he killed Eric Carr, you know, for being on The Elder, for not blocking that shit.
Why did he wait so long after The Elder to kill him?
He wanted him to think he was okay. Like, that's all right. Nobody's going to catch us. Jesus sees all.
Wow. You know what I mean? I didn't think of that. I love The Elder, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah, Jesus sees all. But, you know, he left, you know, I think Eric Carr got off lucky. You know, he let the other guys live so they could live long enough to make Sonic Boom, and they should be, embarrassed enough by that. That's a worse fate, Eric Carr can't blame me for that. He's dead.
Yeah,
You know.
Singer's got it coming to him. What do I can put Eric Singer, Eric Carr, and Freddie Mercury in this category. Eric Singer is a better drummer than Eric Carr, and Eric Singer is a better singer than Freddie Mercury.
Do you know how many people just unfriended you right now?
Oh man! Now, if Ian was to say that, the douche detector won't go off. My douche detector is on fire when I talk.
But with that same logic, you can make fun of Paul Stanley for being a pole smoker, but you can't make fun of Ace Frehley for loving shit shoved up his ass. Do you understand the difference now, Ralph?
Yeah. Oh, I knew.
All right. So anyway, basically my gist of this, Tim Bream, pull your fucking head out of your fucking ass. Come back to the page. Ralph already told me privately he wrote you something and said, hey, man, come on.
Yeah,
So
I will say this. I have nothing against Tim Bream. I know he doesn't like me. That's fine. But the amount of shit that guy's done for me in the past,
yeah.
He's done some cool memes. He's done a lot of good shit for me that I'm always going to appreciate. And whatever you think of me, hey, man, hey, I can't fix that. If you want to be my friend again, I would like that. But if you don't, then, whatever, man. I can't live my life being upset over something I did not do. I didn't say anything, for this person. I didn't call him out on anything. It came at me, And that, look, and I'll be honest, and this is a flaw of mine. When somebody comes after me, I turn into like the biggest dick in the universe. I get like so douchey. But that's my reaction. Like, you're coming after me, so I'm going to be a total douche now. Okay, it's a flaw, but I didn't come after you. And that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, and it sucks, man. It's like, and this is something I never talked about because I really didn't want to bring this shit up either because I didn't want to get too personal. But fuck it, man. The whole shit with fucking Bill Wang. You and Bill Wang got into a fucking argument. Because Bill Wang pissed you off. And then Bill Wang gets pissed at me. Because I don't quit the show over you guys fighting. Or I don't stand up for you. And then I said, hey, this shit's between you and him. It's not between me. I'm still your friend. I still love you.
And that'd be cool if you were still his friend.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
and I am in my heart. I'm still there. But you know what? Bill gets drunk and then writes shit about me on fucking line, And I'm just at a point where I'm like, fuck it. God damn, if you're going to be that fucking childish over this shit, and that's somebody, hey, we loved him being part of the show. It was fun. It was chaotic. It was all this. I love Bill Wang. I still love Bill Wang, And I try to keep this shit off the internet. But, it's like even when you and me had our falling out, I didn't go on fucking line posting shit about you and shit like that. I might have talked to somebody privately and I'm pissed at this guy and shit.
But you got really drunk and did a show believing some idiot saying, what was it that I said on my radio show that idiot said? I forgot.
Look who you're asking.
Mr. T would know because Mr. T was on that show going, I don't believe that happened.
Yeah.
And by the way, as far as Bill Wang goes, Bill Wang texted me when my father passed away. And I appreciated that. Okay?
Yeah.
I don't hate Bill Wang either.
And I don't hate him. I don't hate him. And I wish shit was fucking right. But you know what? It's like, I love this guy. And Bill Wang was there for me in so many hard points in my life and stuff. And he knows way more about me than most people. And I know way more about him than most people. But you know what? When I get mad at him, I don't get drunk and start posting shit on fucking line. And I just ask for the same respect. And I haven't talked to Bill in a while. And that's kind of on me because I kind of took it personally. When he posted shit online, I'm like, that's That's where you draw the line, you know. And it's like that's when you show your true colors, you know. And people asking when Bill's going to be back on the show. I don't know when Bill can take responsibility for some of his own shit, you know, and apologize and not do shit because you know what? I never broke that bro code, you know. And there's shit I could post, there's shit he could say, and it could get way uglier than what it is. But what I'm saying is stupid shit like this that all starts over who likes a band and all this shit. It devolves into this fucking shit, and it's retarded. It's fucking retarded, you know? And I'm like, God damn, I'm like fucking 50 something. You're almost fucking 60. And a lot of our fans are older too. And it's like you act like fucking children. Fucking children. Get over this fucking shit. Fucking internet ruins everything. Although I did see something funny. Oh my God, this cracked me up. I saw a fucking post on our last episode. Can't remember what the fuck it was because I'm a drunk. What was it? We were ragging on Sammy Hagar, and the guy wrote about like, look at these two guys, middle-aged guys obsessed with somebody, blah blah blah. And I looked up the guy, and I saw like all he's into. This is a guy who's like 60 something, and all he's into is like naked anime and shit like that. What's his name? Big Daddy. And I just text. I was like, yeah, you tell him, Big Daddy. But then I saw you posted underneath. He goes, imagine being like a 60-year-old man obsessed with fucking, AI cosplay. Fucking
yeah. Oh, that's right. Now I remember. Yeah, because I also went on his videos. And I was like, look at all this fucking crazy stupid shit. It was like, yeah, AI, anime chicks, and all this shit. And I'm like, really?
But hey, that's a typical Sammy Hagar fan. And that's why I wish death on all you. Because you're all fucking pedophiles. It just goes back to what I always said. Sammy Hagar fans are fucking pedophiles. You know? Look, there's proof. There's proof. I mean, you do the digging, whatever. You ain't got to be Columbo to figure this shit out. One more thing. You're all fucking pedophiles with shitty taste in music.
Did you hear the douchebag alarm? I didn't. You're good, Ian.
Yeah, thank you. All right. Well, let's see. Let me take a piss and we'll get into the news. How's that sound?
Well, then I'm just gonna have to talk here for a while because
yeah. Can you try not to offend anybody? And if you say something offensive, can you smile while you say it? Don't be so abrasive.
Yeah. Every band that everyone likes is great. There. I love every band. Now, there may be a few of you watching now that don't like a few bands, and everybody that's watching now probably agrees that band sucks. All of you. I'm with you on that. That band sucks. Only if all of you, if one of you out of like everybody watching now likes that one band and everybody else doesn't, hey man, screw everybody else. I like that band to appease that one person, man. I'm not making light. I'm not, I do realize I get a little too much with my joke. I do. I exaggerate. It's what I do. But never in a million years did I think like, people, that I know and hung out, they would get mad at that. But, they didn't. I apologize. I do apologize. And
stop apologizing.
It sucks, though. It sucks. I mean, I'll get over it. Don't get me wrong. But, Ian, you know me more personal than anybody. And you know that my life has been really bad for like almost 2 years now.
Yeah, you've had a rough go of it lately.
Yeah, it's been horrible. And so stuff like this, it's like, I can't get angry, man. I feel bad. I'm telling you, I feel apologetic. I do. It's like, hey, look, I got a hard life. If you all want to hate me, fine. Just disappear from my life, because my life is too hard now to have people like coming after me. You know what I mean?
Fuck them.
I know. I get what you're saying, but I feel different. But cross your fingers, man. Come either late December, early January. I'll be back in my house.
Nice.
The whole house is complete. They just haven't put the electricity and inspectors from Hialeah take forever. But as far as the building of the house, it's done.
Nice. Right on.
And once I'm back there, my life, I'll get it back on track.
Yeah.
But I'm not like here giving you all sob story either. Hey man, we all go through it. You all gonna have to go through what I'm going through eventually. Just such is life. Life gets really hard. You're a little kid and your parents take care of you. And now, I'm taking care of my mom. And I've been taking care of my mom and dad before my dad passed. It's hard, man. It's not a life and I go online and I vent all my frustration into what I consider funny jokes, and other people consider it funny too. I'm not alone. So it just helps me, I don't know, get stuff out, and I feel better, but I don't feel good that I pissed off people with it, unless I don't know you, and that's awesome,
Fuck. You know what I think it is? Like, I look back, like, on the great generation, my grandparents' generation, they call them the greatest generation for a reason. And those motherfuckers lived through the Great Depression. So, you know what I mean? Everything else was like, okay, we'll get over it. You and I, we lived through Van Hagar. Yeah. So all this other shit, it's like, what else can you do to me? You think I'm going to lose my shit because fucking Linkin Park got together with a chick? I don't give a fuck. I didn't like it when they were here the first time. Who gives a shit? You can't fucking offend me. The greatest American rock and roll band of all time was desecrated by Sammy Hagar. And I lived through that shit. I'll live through everything else. I don't give a fuck who's president, who's what. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. I lived through Sammy Hagar. I'm tougher than all you bitches.
Do you mean to tell me that girl that sings for Linkin Park replaced the guy?
Yeah, the guy who killed himself.
Oh, I thought it was just chick.
Well, no, yeah. Well, that's the fucked up thing with the fucking internet. So, thanks to the internet, people found out this guy sang for Linkin Park, and he killed himself. Because he couldn't live with the shame that he was in Linkin Park. So he fucking, put a noose around it. I don't know. Fuck it, you fucking bunch of goddamn pussies. Bunch of goddamn pussies. I love you, Tim Bream. Come back home. Fucking whip out your cock and quit being a fucking pussy. Or Paul Stanley will cancel your fucking grass cutting business. One phone call. I won't say it with a wink. God damn it. Come back, god damn it. All right, let's get in some fucking news here. In the news, everybody's a pussy. Let me update here. What's going on? Gary Holt's A Fabulous Disaster memoir to feature foreword by Metallica's Kirk Hammett. And it's going to be the first foreword ever in a book that is through a wah pedal. Jesus Christ. I'm excited to read it. I think that'll be a good fucking book. Exodus has a storied career, and I like bands who never made it big. It's going to be more real, more down and dirty story. Even though he said he's not going to dish a lot of dirt, but I think it's going to be a pretty interesting read. Are you interested in Gary Holt's memoir at all?
Hell yeah, man! I'm very interested in Paul Bailoff's stories.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure there'll be plenty in that.
That's what I want to hear about Paul Bailoff.
All right. Well, here's the fucking, this is, you people with your fucking, someone don't like Prince. Someone don't like The Cure. Two bands I fucking love. I didn't deal with this shit today. Fucking Sammy Hagar and Michael Anthony performed halftime at my beloved Raiders game.
I saw that. I thought of you. I saw that. I go, oh shit, they're playing a Raiders game.
Yeah, well, he does. He's a Vegas. All the fucking piece of shit bums go to Vegas, like Vince Neil and fucking Sammy Hagar. Even though I would love to drink with Vince Neil, but anyway, I just as long as he doesn't.
Eddie Trunk moved there too.
Yeah, that's all you need to know. So anyway, fucking Raider. I mean, we suck. We suck right now. But we played probably the best half of football we played in fucking since the season started. And then this cocksucker comes out at halftime. We go to shit. It's all
really?
fucking yeah.
The second half wasn't good.
Yeah, no, second half not good. Got swept by the Broncos this year.
Oh, man. I don't believe in curses, but that one kind of makes me want to believe in curses.
It is. I mean, it's terrible. How do we go from doing great to fucking shit in the second half? I'll tell you why. Sammy fucking Hagar, and he played with Mike Anthony. I don't know who else was the backing band. I'm looking at the pictures. There's like background singers. They don't show that shit on national television because they don't want people to change the fucking channel, But I didn't look at any of the fucking footage. I think Steve Stevens played guitar for him and shit. I don't know. It's fucking horrible. But fuck Sammy Hagar, I say fuck Sammy Hagar more than Sammy Hagar says fuck Jason Bonham.
Yeah, and, somebody left a really interesting comment on my video of Sammy firing Jason. Yeah. All these years, Sammy talking how bad Van Halen was for firing Mikey.
Yeah.
Well, where's your loyalty?
Well, I don't know if you saw like the latest interview where they talked to fucking Hagar, about Kenny Aronoff now is going to be who he's going forward with now and not Jason Bonham. And, he did bring up some interesting points. He said, yes, Jason Bonham's mother just had a stroke, but fuck her. And he also said that Bonham wasn't putting asses in the seats because he said, quite frankly, I was just as big as Led Zeppelin, if not bigger, at the same time. So I get it. Plus, Kenny Aronoff, he doesn't have to pay as much as Jason Bonham. So, I get it. Hagar's a piece of shit. His fans are even more of a piece of shit. And when you die, I won't cry. Fuck you. You're worse than Nazis. Sammy Hagar fans, worse than fucking Nazis.
No douche alarm went off.
Nope.
I don't know how you do it.
That's what. Look at that steady fucking hands, man. I speak the truth.
I'm impressed. I'm impressed by your doucheness.
Yes, thank you. But it's funny. Like, I think Jason Bonham did the right thing. Yeah, go home, take care of your mom. Leave that piece of shit to her. Go take care of your mom. And what's he get for it? You get fucking fired. That's great. Sammy Hagar is a piece of shit. About time everybody sees it. Fuck him. But his fans are worse. As bad as 5150 is, if Bushy sang it, it'd be even fucking worse. I'm just saying. And that's impressive. That's impressive. Because how do you get worse than 5150? I don't know. Oh, I know. OU812. Piece of shit.
By the way, I blame Bushy for my hatred of The Cure.
Because he picked that episode.
Yeah, The Cure would have been under my radar all these years.
Right.
He made me listen to that album, and Bushy's to blame, not me.
Oh, that's fun. I remember when he picked that too, because he said he picked Pornography because he thought Disintegration was too obvious of an album to pick, which I kind of see what he's saying. But I think, I don't think you would have hated that album as much as you hated Pornography. You probably still wouldn't have liked it, but it might not have pushed you over the edge the way that did. But who gives a who gives a fuck what you think about the fucking Cure? You love Oasis, one of the most faggiest fucking British bands out there.
And hated like a motherfucker. Oasis is hated. And not to bring up anything, don't mean to bring this up, but I got to also bring up somebody that annoyed everybody on our page loved Oasis. That's
Yeah.
everybody's crazy. You know what I mean? Oasis is a specially hated band, and I love the fuck out of them. I'm not really excited for the reunion because I was happy with the solo albums. But hey, man, I love those old Oasis albums, especially Morning Glory, man. All
Right.
great songs, but a lot of people fucking hate that band with a passion.
And how many Oasis haters did you defriend over that?
What do you mean? Say that again?
How many? How many people who hate Oasis did you defriend on Facebook because they made fun of Oasis?
Just one guy in Poland.
Point taken. No douchebag alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Oh,
Yeah. Whatever. Hey, man, I respect it. You know, people that hate Oasis, come on, man. I don't. The fuck do I care? When I put on an Oasis album, I don't think of those people.
really? That doesn't change how you see somebody if they don't like a band you like.
It doesn't. Yeah, I'm weird like that. It doesn't change my love for the band. What other people think.
All right. Well, good for you. Let's see. What do we got here? Oh, we got 3 posts, and I don't want to go into it because I've bitched about this so many times, but 3 posts today on fucking people celebrating their fucking sobriety. What, everybody quit for fucking Thanksgiving? You fucking quitters. Oh, God, I hate that shit. Here's something I never knew. Philip Anselmo was a member of Exhorder for about 3 hours.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I guess they were having problems with Kyle Thomas, and he quit the band. And they said, this is the guitar player, excuse me, one of the guitar players from Exhorder talking about it. He said Phil wasn't like exactly happy with Pantera. This is like I think, power metal and shit. So they flew him back to New Orleans to audition, and it went great. And they're like, fuck yeah, we're going to do this. And then Kyle Thompson called back like a couple hours afterwards saying he wanted back in the band, and they took him back instead of going on with Phil. So they fucked up. I mean, I love Kyle. Kyle's a fucking awesome dude.
They're awesome. Exporter's an awesome band.
Oh, yeah.
Pantera's just better.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm
But,
a big fan of Slaughter in the Vatican, and I dug the Law. I have the Law on CD. I have Slaughter in the Vatican's on vinyl.
yeah,
I love them both, but I'm more of a Pantera fan.
yeah. You know, and Kyle ended up joining a band I can't stand called Trouble.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
you know what? I didn't unfriend him on Facebook. And I would still talk to Kyle every time I'd see him at fucking shows, because Kyle, that's a great thing about and I've said this a million times, the New Orleans scene, everybody goes to all the shows. I just saw Jimmy Bauer, who I've hung out with a million times, from Down and I Hate God and all that shit. He said he went and saw Zebra the other night because they were playing town, and said, like, my first time actually seeing Zebra, and it was awesome. But yeah, I didn't unfriend Kyle for joining the shitty fucking Trouble band. Imagine that.
And I unfriended him, and I like Trouble.
Yeah, exactly. You're a complex individual, Ralph. All right, what else we got here? Jeff Tate, no surprise, says he's very willing to talk about a possible Queensryche reunion, but says unlikely it will happen. And I don't know if we brought this up in the last one. Did I mention it? That he's doing Operation Mindcrime 3 as a solo album?
Yeah, I don't think we talked about that.
Yeah. Ooh, boy, if it's anything like Operation Mindcrime 2, would I like to see them back with Jeff Tate? Yes and no. I'm very happy with what's the guy's name now?
Todd Delatorre.
Todd Latore. I think he's done a stellar job. I think the last one is the best one they've done with him too.
I agree. I think the last Queensryche album is definitely the best thing they've done since Mindcrime, in my opinion.
Yeah. I mean, save that horrible fucking Rebel Yell Billy Idol cover. No, I thought it was really good, and to me sounded like Queensryche. Uh, but that being said, I'm really not interested in Jeff Tate coming back unless DeGarmo comes back.
And Rockenfield. Come on.
Oh yeah, Rockenfield too. Yeah, I'm sorry, and Rockenfield.
It's a mighty fine Queensryche tribute band now. They're mighty fine. I saw them. I don't know, several months ago. They did the EP and the Warning in its entire.
Right.
Great tribute band.
Yeah. But, sounded good though.
It sounded great. They were great, but I just, and me being the dork I am, I'm like, it's only to me, it's only the Jeff Tate shit, dude. That EP of To Mind Crime, perfection. They never topped it. Even that last time, that's great, and it's the best thing since then. It's still not as good as that,
right?
And but me seeing this tribute band, I'm like, I want to see new songs. I want to see the shit you guys wrote. I want to, and I did see it. I saw that tour when they did the tour for the album, and it was great. My favorite parts of the Queensryche show is when they played songs from the last album, because that was legit to me. This ain't legit. It's just not. It's a tribute band, a damn fine one. They're coming down here again, but I doubt I'm going, because I heard they're doing the EP and the Warning again. I was like, I already saw that shit.
You know what's fucked up though is, just by you saying that shit, we just lost 5 people off the Facebook page who think American Soldier is the finest Queensryche album. Way to go, Ralph.
I don't think I've ever heard that album.
Oh, it's bad.
There's like 2 or 3 Queensryche albums that I think it was after QR3 or one of those.
Q2K, Q2K, which I actually liked that album.
I didn't like it. That was the first thing I didn't like Empire at all. I liked Promised Land, and I liked From Here and Now Frontier, and that was it.
Yeah. See, there's stuff I really like on Empire, and there's stuff I'm like, Promised Land, I liked. I think I like one song. I like the bridge, and that's it. I really liked Here and the Now Frontier, and I like Q2K. But Tribe, I thought was horrible, and that's the one like, oh, Chris DeGarmo came in for 3 songs, and it all sucked.
I heard it. Yeah, that was the last one I heard.
Until that one
joined, and it was fucking terrible.
Yeah, that shit sucked. All right, what else we got here? What else is going on? Ace Frehley. I don't really consider myself a singer. I don't even think he's a great guitar player. Fucking Ace Frehley. How dare you make fun of Ace Frehley for loving shit shoved up his ass, Ralph?
Like I said, if Ace is happy, I'm happy. Hey, This is the first time ever in the history of Ace Frehley after Kiss that I'm not going to a show. He's coming down here. I have never missed an Ace Frehley show in my life. I'm about to.
Yeah.
I have no interest to see Ace anymore. I mean, I saw, dude. Yeah, I know you hate the Elder and whatever, dude, but I love the Elder and I love the instrumental, Escape from the Island. And they're playing that now with Ace off the stage. Ace ain't on stage.
Oh, no, I believe that shit.
I saw footage of Being Back to My Baby. The guitar player sang it, not Ace.
Wow.
Fucking crazy, man.
Well, I might go see Ace on the new tour because he's calling it the Kitchen Sink Tour, where he's having everything shoved up his ass that's in the kitchen sink. That's what it is. It's not the song.
Ace is happy. I'm happy. I heard a funny story about Ace. Because Ace, I don't know if you know this, he owes like hundreds and thousands of dollars to the IRS. Are you aware of this?
Yes.
Well, anyway, my friend online, he just met Ace. He had one of those meet and greet things, and he was the very last person to meet Ace. And he didn't say Ace was a dick or all. Ace, hey, what's up? Shook his hand, signed some stuff, took a picture. And then Ace goes, all right, let's go. You're cutting into my gambling time. So he's got a gambling problem, you know? And Ace is playing nothing but casinos. Even the gig down, he's playing the Dania Casino. So all these, I'm sure all these gigs he's playing, he's losing it all, you know? Yeah. Gambling is fucking disgusting. Well, I don't want to talk about it, but let's just say gambling is like smoking crack. It's the same shit.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Paul Stanley pays his bills. Not Ace's bills, but his own bills. You know what I mean? Which Ace can't do. And he can't even sing his own fucking songs. But then again, neither can Paul. He just hits play on the cassette tape. So fuck all you Kiss fans.
Which Ace should start doing.
Yeah, he should. Let's see what's going on. Oh, God. Here was a fucking weird story. Did you see this shit about, goddamn, now I got to see what the fucking real name is. Keith Caputo from Life of Agony is no longer Mina Caputo. He's going back to being a boy now. Did you see that shit?
Yeah, I didn't read it, but it said something like he cured his dysphoria or something.
Yeah. What a fucked up thing. And it turned into like this weird thing where like he's kind of saying that, you know, it was like a weird, and I'm not trying to be political, but I'm talking about the the story here, kind of like, blaming Joe Biden for him fucking, cutting his ding dong off, metaphorically speaking. But he transitioned a long time ago. I think he transitioned during fucking Trump's first presidency. And he's like, he was inspired by fucking Trump winning and stuff. And now he's fucking loves his ding dong. And he's a boy now and shit. And I say all this shit like, what, you're fucking nuts. I don't care who's fucking president. I don't care who's what, He had a if you watch the there's a great documentary on Life of Agony. I mean, this kid had a fucking horrendous childhood.
I saw that documentary.
Yeah. Real good. And I'm a huge fan of River Runs Red. I think it's a great fucking album. It's probably about the only thing from Life of Agony I really liked. I didn't care for Ugly or the album after that with Weeds on it, and then with the different singers, and they got back together and like blah, blah, blah. But
you keep talking. I'm going to fill my glass.
Yeah, go ahead. River Run Red, dude, that's a fucking powerful album, man. Powerful, emotionally, musically, great. But now he's a boy again, and good for it is all I can say. So for all you gender dysphoria people out there, I hope you all figure it out, and I could give two fucks less,
Do you think? Do you think that if he was my friend, he would delete me with my Olympic joke?
Probably. He'd delete you and your cock.
That sucks.
He'd cut that shit right off and put you on hormones.
Then I ain't having him.
But anyway, he's a boy now. And, whatever. I don't give a fuck what you do. Who you fuck, suck, you tuck it, you suck it. I don't give a fuck. Whatever. Make a good album. How about that? I don't care if you you got fake tits or a fake ding dong or you fucking glue another one back on or chop one off. How about you make a good fucking album? We'll start with that. Who did I offend? Bunch of goddamn bitches. Anyway, good for it. What else we got here? Let me go back here. We gotta wait for Ralph for this. Because I think Ralph fucking paid attention more than I did. But hey, I'm going to give you guys some, before Ralph even gets back, we'll talk about this.
I'm here.
Oh, okay, bye. So I think you watch it. I didn't even watch it because I saw pictures and it looked so disturbing to me I didn't watch it. But Ozzy at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, Bob Daisley says he's not surprised that Ozzy didn't mention him. Which is horrible, but to be expected. What did you watch Ozzy's induction? What did you think about it and
Yeah,
everything?
well, I saw bits and pieces where he was just sitting down and
Yeah, yeah, that looks sad.
not being part of it. But I said I made a news report about it. I go, look, it's typical Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because in reality, the only way in if you want to be honest about it, you have to put Ozzy Osbourne in there with Bob Daisley as far as his solo career goes.
Right.
Bob Daisley is just as, I'm not saying he's more important than Ozzy because he's not. He's just as important. Him,
Yes.
Kerslake, and Rhodes, all four of them, I know it would never happen, but I'm just saying, I would induct Ozzy Osbourne, but not Ozzy Osbourne. I'd induct the Blizzard of Oz. That's who I'd induct. Not no fucking Ozzy Osbourne, because that band was supposed to be called Blizzard of Oz and was called Blizzard of Oz when they were touring with Bob Daisley and Kerslake. And while they recorded Diary of a Madman, they were still the Blizzard of Oz. But then after that, they were done recording. They turned it into Ozzy and putting a picture of Rudy Sarzo and Tommy Aldridge on the Diary of a Madman album. Ridiculous. I thought, I was there when that album was new. I thought, hey, Rudy and Tommy are on here. I didn't know for a while that it was Bob and Lee Kerslake.
Right. Most people didn't, and I think it's fucked up. I saw who he was thanking and everything, and he thanked Bernie Torme and Joe Holmes, for
Did
keeping
he
his
really?
Yeah.
All right. I had a guest on Almost Human Live like 3 weeks ago. He was actually a tour bus rider for
yes, I heard about that. Yeah.
He talked about, he went up to Mike Borden, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
He went up to Mike Borden. He goes, "Hey, have you ruined any albums lately?"
Oh, nice.
and Mike got so pissed about it, he told Sharon, and they fired him.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Huge fan of Mike Borden. I'm not going to unfriend him, but that was kind of a dick thing to do. But we're still friends on Facebook.
He said he saw he hates Trujillo. He goes, that guy, he saw Trujillo too. He played on those albums. But he said, I didn't say nothing to him because that guy ruined Suicidal Tendencies. And he has a hard on for that dude.
Wow. I love Trujillo. I mean, I love his playing.
Yeah, he was around all those people because, he drove the bus during Ozfest and shit.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks to hear. I'm still not going to unfriend either one of them. Fuck it.
I'm going to unfriend you. Fuck it.
Oh, shit. Sammy Hagar wants to be friends again with Alex Van Halen. He will not take this to the grave.
Yeah,
let it go.
I have a news report coming up about this. I'll say that I mirror in my news report. Here's a guy. I mean, does he really, really want to be Alex Van Halen's friend? And also, I also got to say, really, I mean, it's gotten to the point that, my God, every single person that interviews Sammy Hagar is a fucking idiot. Nobody calls him out. And here he is doing an interview saying, I really want to be Alex's friend. And then I call him and he doesn't call me back. And then I see he's all rickety and he can't play drums. No wonder he won't call me back. No, he's not calling you back because he's rickety and can't play drums. He ain't calling you back because you're a douche. And here you are trying to be his friend, telling the press, telling the whole world he's rickety and can't play drums.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fairly obvious. He doesn't. I don't think he cares about Alex's friendship.
He doesn't.
He wants Alex's blessing so he can say, Alex thinks what I'm doing is great. That's all he cares about, so he can pawn it off to those sucker fucking Nazi fans. fuck him. Fuck him. You know, Alex never forgave him for that fucking book, and good for him. You
Oh
know,
yeah,
because
that's another thing. This guy called up Eddie Trunk and told
yeah,
him I had dinner with Alex yesterday, and Alex, the reason he doesn't like Sammy is because of that book.
yeah.
That's the reason.
Well, I don't know if you know this, but Tim Bream unfriended that guy.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's a true story.
Yeah.
That's a true story. It's going to be on the next episode of the Stinkin' Wang show. Um, but yeah, fuck Sammy Hagar. Fuck Sammy Hagar and fuck anybody who supports that. And, you know, again, I love you, Al Horta, but there's a special place in hell because you're on the show.
I don't know if you caught this, Ian. Al Horta replied to you from the last episode because he said,
Oh, did he?
I forgot what he wrote because it was censored, and I approved it. But there's sometimes some people write something that I gotta approve.
Yeah, me
Horta,
too.
Yeah, Al Horta's. I don't know what he said. Like, tell Ian I didn't suck a cock or some shit.
I love Al Horta, by the way. I
Al
love
Horta's
you.
cool. He's a good guy.
No, he's a good guy, but I give anybody shit who spent money on that. You know, Mark Daly's a good guy. You know, he sucks a cock. I don't judge. You know, hey, come over here and suck my cock.
Mark Daly. I never knew there was. I mean, he just said seriously, he likes the spin doctors.
Yeah,
I can't believe anybody likes the spin doctors after all these years. That's some wild stuff.
yeah, that's why. But you know what? I'm not unfriending Mark Daly. He's my friend. He's my. You know, I have a lot of friends with
Mark Daly. Actually unfriended me once because I was being a dick to him.
right.
But that I apologize because.
But listen, who said worse shit about Mark Daly than me on this show? And he never unfriended me.
He loves you. He also has a shitty douche detector.
Nobody, you know who unfriends me is fucking Justin Childers, that cocksucker.
I think he's still my friend. I don't think he's on Facebook much anymore. I mean, maybe he's not. I don't know.
He's a fucking douche, but I love him. I love him.
Those Guns N' Roses episodes are fucking the shit.
I still got love in my heart for Justin Childers, God damn it.
Oh, you know, I listened to one of our episodes this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I don't want to get into the details of why I started listening to it.
Right.
But I had to listen again to that show we did on The Cure, me, you, and Bushy.
Yeah.
Man, I was so fucked up to you guys. And you guys just laugh like retards. You got so much joy at me fucking really ramming you guys hard. Seriously, anybody out there watch The Cure? Ian and Bushy don't fight back. They take a beating. That shit's hilarious.
Well, that's the thing. Dude, that is like shooting fish in a pond. There is so much shit. I love The Cure. Love the fucking Cure. But goddamn, there is so much shit you could pick apart and make fun of. And if you don't understand that, then you're a pretty, you're an even more depressive Cure fan. It's like, there's so much shit to make fun of, but if you can't take that, you're a fucking bitch. You're a fucking weak pussy bitch. God damn. I mean, look at him. Look at the makeup and the fucking hair. I don't give a fuck. I love the music. I love it. But there's so much shit to make fun of. There's so much shit to make fun of. Get fucking over it, man.
No comment.
Oh, shit. I dropped my smoke. Oh.
You still smoke?
Well, I vape. Which that in itself is gay. I suck a robot dick, you know?
Yeah, I quit, man. I just.
Oh, good for you. You're a quitter.
No,
good for
hey,
you. Golf clap.
This is very important.
Fucking fag.
Hey, wait. I just heard a douche detector go off. I heard that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, you're slipping. I just want to tell this to everybody out there that quit smoking. If you quit smoking once, don't start again because quitting smoking for the second time was a bitch. I mean, it took me years. I was a worse smoker when I started smoking the second time than I was the first time, to the point where it was almost 2 packs a day. So, now it's like, if the second time was that hard, I'd hate to imagine the third time.
Jesus Christ. And as a Man of War fan, everybody knows you smoke cock.
Yeah, but
Don't
that's only, that's uh-oh. I almost fucked up. I was that's only when I listen to a certain band. But I'm not going to say the name of that band.
Oh, don't offend me. All right, here we go. What else is going on? Let's see. Anything worth a shit? Oh, this sucks. And I'm not too upset because I couldn't go, but King Diamond canceled 3 shows in court, and including the Seattle show, which I was mad I couldn't go to because it was on a Monday night.
Good thing though, man. Fuck it. Hey, I couldn't go to the show. It got canceled. That's awesome.
Well, no, I'm hoping that when they reschedule, it's on a fucking weekend because I want to see this shit. Oh my God, did you see Yannick Gears falling on stage? That was some funny shit.
I wish he would do that more. That was interesting. That was the coolest thing I ever seen him do on stage.
Oh God. Okay, here's something. Okay, this is for all you offended motherfuckers out there. Blackie Lawless, Wasp is doing this tour, and
By the way,
yeah.
They're playing Orlando tonight, and I had a free ticket.
And you didn't go to that shit?
My life, dude. I tell you, with all these problems I'm having, I can't. If it was closer,
I know Ruben's there.
Yeah, he took a train.
Yeah, that's why I love that guy.
Yeah, he's there.
I heard they took a train on him too. But anyway,
good thing he don't hear this show. But then again, he said it. He wouldn't get offended.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Ruben don't listen to the show because it's over his head. But then again, so it's no stuff. Come on.
I'm really glad he don't hear us.
Anywho, there's people kind of losing their mind, and I heard about people like unfollowing and saying they would never go see a Wasp show. Because Blackie Lawless recently turned a show I believe in Ohio, into basically like a Trump rally. And he dropped all these banners, like these Trump banners and shit, and did all this shit.
No, and the big picture behind was Trump with the bloody ear, with the American flag with his arm, like fight. He used that big picture.
Which, I mean, don't get me wrong, I think is, disgusting. Besides my own personal beliefs, everybody knows I fucking hate Trump, everything he stands for, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, whatever. He's a Jesus freak, now.
If you were there, Ian, what would you have thought when you saw the Trump banners falling?
I'd been like, are you fucking kidding me? I'm going to go get a beer. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have left the fucking show. I wouldn't have done any of this. But, for people who are offended by this, I don't want to see that at a show. But you know what I also don't want to see? Even if it's for a political fucking side that I like or agree with, I don't want to see that at a show regardless. I mean, you can make your beliefs known. I'm fine with that. I don't care if somebody says, this is what I like. But at a show... and all these.
I don't like political talk at shows, even if I agree with it.
Right.
I don't play the fucking song, Ted Nugent.
Exactly. Shut up and play that, and I'll be fine.
Which was the same. The last, Ted Nugent did a farewell tour. Probably bullshit, but whatever. Man, he went off on that political shit. Now, when I saw him the time before that at Pompano Beach, he didn't say one word about anything the whole damn show. And it was beautiful.
Yeah. And that's why I don't care who you do. I don't want to see that. I'm fine with people. Like some people say, you should shut up and not say what you believe. I disagree. I think you can totally say what you believe in. But leave that shit on Blabbermouth. You know what I mean? Don't bring it into the show. Don't do that. even if it's somebody I pull for, all the time you spent on that, you could have played another song that I want to fucking hear. And I get what you're saying. You know, you've said this before. You know, I think you made a video about Sebastian Bach, you know, alienating half of his audience and shit like that. And I saw a video. Oh my god, have you seen this guy online? I hope he comes to Rockin' Pod. The hair metal guru. Have you seen this guy?
No.
It's a funny shit. He's a cool dude, but like hair metal's his fucking thing, and he's a veteran. He's all this. He's a huge Skid Row fan, and he lost his shit when Sebastian Bach made that video about "Fuck America."
Oh, why? Because this guy's into Trump?
Oh yeah, he's totally into Trump, and he made this whole video like, I don't like to bring politics into this, but I love Trump, and if he says "fuck America" and I fought for America, and God damn it, I love Skid Row, and blah blah blah. It's like, who gives a fucking shit? You know, and first and foremost, I want to say to this guy, as an American, thank you for your service. You know, great. We need, you know, people in the service and shit like that, but who gives a fuck? You know? Oh God, Sebastian Bach. And like, I felt that way after I'm like, fuck, you get what you deserve, America. But I don't hate fucking America. You know, it's like you say shit. And Sebastian Bach said this shit. And now it's like, oh, I can't listen to Skid Row anymore because Sebastian Bach said this. And, you know, the funny thing is Tim Bream unfriended him. You know, get the fuck over yourself, people. And don't drag this shit to the concert, you know. I would have been disappointed if I saw that at a Wasp show, but you know what? I wouldn't have walked out. You know, I wouldn't like, I'm never gonna listen to Wasp again. You know, I already know Blackie lost his fucking mind. You know, if he ever fucking had one. You know, who gives a fucking shit? But yeah, don't bring that shit to the fucking show. I don't want to hear it from anybody, even if you're fucking liberal. Shut up and play your fucking songs. You know. You want to say something in your Rolling Stone interview? Whatever. Satan bless.
And not to get political either. Celebrities that say they're leaving the country. Yeah. I mean, the ego you must have to think anybody cares. I'm leaving the country.
Right.
I'm a celebrity, so fuck you, huh? By me leaving, you're fucked now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And the funny thing is, it happens on both sides. I saw some Ted
Nugent. No, I'm not saying one side or the other. Any celebrity that says they're leaving the country because whoever the fuck is their president, who cares? I mean, you really do think you're worth more than you are. I mean, and again, not to get political, but, you know, celebrities just proved in this last election that their endorsements don't count.
Yeah. You know what? Did I leave the country when Sammy Hagar joined Van Halen?
Oh, I did.
Yeah.
I didn't come back till they fired. I didn't come back till the great Ray Daniels showed up.
Oh, Saint Ray Daniels.
Yes. A hero. Ray Daniels proves that you don't have to wear a cape to be a hero.
Exactly. He should be a pope. Ray Daniels is the best thing ever happened to Van Halen.
You know, I brought that up the other day. This guy really fucking lambasted me.
That's hilarious. Did he friend you too?
He's a piece of shit. He brought Gary Sharon in. I was like, I welcome anybody but Sammy.
Oh, I say that shit all the time too. Oh, fuck it. You should have friended him and then unfriended him.
I found a funny meme that it's just a picture of Gary Sharon and it says, be a Sharon. And I put that in my Sammy Hagar folder.
Yeah. In a world full of Hagars, be a Sharon.
Yeah, there you go. And it's a funny picture of him, too. It's like a sideways profile picture of Gary Sharon.
Yeah. And you can only see half the mic because the other half shoved up his ass.
No, actually Ace's ass.
Oh, God. Wolf Hoffman on Accept's 50th anniversary tour. It's going to be a completely different show with a lot of surprises. Do you think there'll be any appearances from former members? And is there any chance of Udo and Wolf reconciling? What do you think?
I don't think so. I don't think so. This is like a Queensryche situation.
Yeah.
You get Udo back and accept, and they're going to be playing the same venues, just like if you get Jeff Tate back in Queensryche, they're not playing any different venues than if they had Todd Latore. So
Right.
no, and to bring Udo back, you're gonna have to pay some money, way more
Yeah.
than Mark is getting as their
Yeah.
singer. And Peter Bates, man, get him there too, man. Get them all.
Yeah. No. No, I agree, but I'd go see it either. Like if it came here and it was on a day I didn't have to take off of work, I'd go see either. Man, I love him with Mark Latore, Mark Tornillo. I'd love to see Udo.
Yeah,
But
Udo to me, man, is the shit. I was lucky enough to see an Udo solo show. I saw Accept twice back in the day. I saw him
yeah,
for Dio on the Sacred Heart, and I saw him headline with Helix and Keel, and with Udo. It was the Balls to the Wall and Metal Heart lineup. Then I saw in 2010 the Blood of the Nations, which was fucking phenomenal. And
yeah.
then I saw Udo, which was fucking phenomenal. Udo still can sing. Udo to me is a really unsung legend in metal. He really is unsung if you think about it. He should be up there with Lemmy, Udo's the shit, dude.
I saw a really cool video on YouTube the other day. It was on the Sink and Wang show. It was Tim Bream saying he can't accept the fact that Ace Frehley loves shit shoved up his asshole.
No comment.
True story.
Oh.
All right. What else we got here? I'm going to have to piss again soon. Let's see what's going on. Anything new that we give a shit about? Looking. Oh, I'm excited about the new special edition of Alice Cooper's Muscle of Love. I can't wait to get that. I've got the original on vinyl.
So
That's
do
in
I.
the that's in the cardboard and everything.
Yeah, that same one with the stain.
Yeah. This new version looks really cool, and I love that they're doing it. If you get the CD, it comes in the cardboard. If you get the vinyl, it comes in the cardboard, and it's on pink vinyl, and there's a whole nother disc of different versions. And I listened to there's an acoustic version they released of Teenage Lament, and there's a earlier version of Crazy Little Child. I am a huge fan of Muscle of Love.
Really? I like it a lot, but it's probably my least favorite. Well, not including this two. I don't like the first two Alice Cooper albums.
Yeah, see, I'm kind of on Pretty's For You. I love Easy Action. I think Easy Action is fucking amazing. But I am hardcore like the Alice Cooper group,
Yeah, I love that shit too.
versus Alice solo. I'm not one of these fucking blackout era apologists. I think those albums suck.
Oh, I love those albums, but
Yeah.
nothing beats Love It to Death, $1 Billion Babies, and Killers. Those are the top three Alice albums. And then I put Schools Out after that.
Yeah, what you like, Billion? I thought you liked $1 Billion Babies better than Schools Out.
I do.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I didn't put it in order, but
no, I love all those, but man,
$1 Billion Babies is my second favorite after Killer.
Yeah. Muscle of Love, I think it's really good. I mean, there's something. It is like a step down, but I still think there's something so cool about it. And I'll take Muscle of Love over fucking Welcome to My Nightmare or anything he did afterwards.
Oh, I would. Well, not everything he did afterwards, but I think Welcome to My Nightmare is kind of overrated.
Yeah. Oh, I do too. And then then you go into fucking
I love
Goes to Hell and.
I love From the Inside. I love the fucking Blackout albums. And I loved Raise Your Fist and Yell. I like Constrictor like half of it.
Yeah. I mean, there's shit about. I find something I love on damn near every Alice album. But I mean, talking as a whole and the musical direction, To me, the Alice Cooper group, had a fucking trajectory, and they had a purpose, where once he went solo, it's like, hey, what's the flavor of the month I can jump on? And I've always said that Alice Cooper and Kiss were the worst offenders to like, hey, what's popular? I'm going to do this. And sometimes I like it. Like, hey, cock rock's popular. Alice is going to do this, and Kiss is going to do that. Hey, grunge is popular. I'm going to do this. And that's what I love so much about when I think Cooper did two great back-to-back albums, The Eyes of Alice Cooper and Dirty Diamonds, because I think that's the point where he finally stopped chasing trends and just said, hey, I'm going to go back to old school shit. And I thought it was great. And then, it's been all downhill. Then you get
everything after those two albums have been crappy.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't like any of them.
But what I loved about Eyes of Alice Cooper and Dirty Diamonds is they had the variety, they had the mix, they had the weirdness that, the original Alice Cooper group had. But whatever. I love Alice, but yeah, I'm looking forward to getting that. Let's see, what else we got? There's been a long news and bitching session, but I love it. Let's see. We already talked about Sammy Hagar saying he wishes death on Jason Bonham's mother. We talked about this. We talked about that. Blah, blah, blah. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about that. I'll tell you what, why don't you say hi to these nice people? I'll be back and we'll talk about the episode we're going to do. Or the album we're going to
talk about. Just to let you know, when you get back, I may need a couple minutes. So you're going to have to carry the show for a couple minutes.
Oh, I can do that. You do a setup. I'm going to go piss.
I'll carry on now, my wayward. All right. So, yeah, what's going on, everybody? I'm very happy that you all are watching us now. It really means a lot. Seriously, man, I think of all you cool people, like not only the Rock and Metal Combat podcast, but Almost Human. The amount of people that show me love daily, it's fucking amazing. It's amazing people care what I have to say. I don't take any of that for granted. And I'm basically every night, man, I'm thankful for all of you. Even you haters that are watching me now. Thank you. I just love your support, and I don't take that for granted. And I know you probably won't believe this because everybody thinks I got this big ego and shit, but no, man, I'm humbled. I really am. I seriously am. It's the most. I've had success in my bands. I've toured the world. I sold a lot of records.
Yeah.
But I think the YouTube thing is the biggest thing I've ever been associated with. It's insane how it's grown. And how it's growing now. It just keeps, dude. On YouTube, we have like little statistic meters. Like it shows you how many subscribers you had last month. And it tells you the percentage you're either up or down. Man, every month, my subscriber thing, 30% more this month, 40%, 20%. It's never like I got the same amount of subscribers one month. I got, percentage more. But that's enough. I already talked enough. All right, Ian.
Yeah. Fuck that page. You need to start pimping this page again because we lose like 30% every month.
Well, that's because we're not on it every week. If we were on it every week, we'd kick ass. You think?
No, I'm so happy for your success, man, and I love your videos and everything that's happened. And even though I'm jealous, I'm not going to unfriend you. Just say that.
No, but you
got to go poo poo.
Huh?
You got to go poo poo. What you got to do?
No, I got to do something in a couple minutes. No, I just want to say this before I leave, is that I'm very, very happy with the numbers that we got and the people that check us out. I'm very humbled. Yes, it would be much more if we were on it every week,
Right.
but still, there's people that wait for us.
Yep. No,
Coming,
that's
man, you mean more to me than 10,000 more subscribers. Not to Ian, but to me, you know. You know that guy that's always leaving, calling himself Bang Tango or some shit. You know what I'm
yeah.
talking about?
You mean Terrence?
No, that's not Terrence.
All right. He says he's not, but I'm not sure.
No, he's not. He leaves comments on my videos too, and every time he comments on my videos, he mentions you every time,
See, that's Terrence.
and
That's
and
Terrence.
and he says Ralph and Ian rule. You know,
Yeah, well, double fuck him then.
he says it in the right order.
I'm kidding. Right order. Jesus Christ.
You know, there are some dumbass bitches that really do think I mean when I say my name's got to be in front of Ian. People really do think I get upset with that.
Good. Good.
This world is full of idiots.
And they should be scared to reproduce and make more fucking crazy ass kids.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
I'll be
You gotta
back.
take a break?
Wait, I'll be back in like 2 minutes.
All right.
You can handle that, Ian?
Yeah, you do you, boo. I'll be right back. Or I'll stay here and
Yeah,
talk to the
you stay right here and I'll be right back.
All right.
I'll
How the
talk
fuck do you
about,
all
let me think of a subject you can talk about while I'm gone.
Okay. Go ahead.
Talk about oh, is there a news story there we can talk about? That you can talk
Is
about?
there a what?
A news story?
Nah, man, just pick something random and I'll fucking go off on it.
Damn.
Give me a band. Give me a band. Give me one fucking band and I'll talk about it.
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. Thin Lizzy. Did you guys go out and get the new fucking Thin Lizzy 1976 box set? You should. It's fucking Jailbreak and Johnny the Fox. Two of their best fucking albums. It's some good shit. Got a live concert that was recorded on my birthday in fucking Ohio. Oh, that shithole. Ohio. Jesus Christ. Any of you live out in Ohio? You poor fucks. Ohio. Craziest motherfuckers I ever met came from Ohio. They moved to Florida, but they're from Ohio. I don't know what the fuck they put in the water there, but fucking nuts. Anyway, hope you all enjoying the fucking show. Hope none of you are offended. And if you are offended, go fuck yourself. Fucking bitches. Stop getting offended by everything. God damn it. The fuck's Ralph doing? That looks like a comfy fucking chair he sits in. Look at that. Probably smells like fucking farts though. And probably, like smoke coming up from it. I've slept in a bed with Ralph before. Have you? Anywho. So we're going to talk about an album here by Metallica. I don't know what album we're going to talk about because there's kind of multiple versions. So I don't know what we're doing, but I'm prepared for everything. And I listened to the horrible half of this fucking album. Fuck Metallica. Jesus Christ, they suck. They did some good shit back in the day, but boy, did they fucking take a big bite out of a fucking turd sandwich. I don't know if there's been a band that's sucked as bad like in the later half of their career since Van Halen when they turned to Van Hagar. That's some bad shit. But Sammy Hagar's to blame for bad Metallica. And I'll get into that later in the episode. So what else is going on? Nobody's talking to me. Can't hear anything. Brick is not live. Oh. Are you offended? Fucking bitches. Anyway, Metallica. So yeah, they suck. I gave up on Metallica, yeah, after Black Album. Black Album pretty much gave up. Tried to come back. Like a few songs here or there. I like a few songs on, what do you call it? What's a fucking... Death Magnetic? Actually, a couple good songs on there. A couple good songs on what's that? Hardwired shit. Um, like that. Spit out the bone. That's some good shit. And I liked what was that fucking? It sounded like fucking Diamond Head shit. The first single on 72 Seasons. Fucking Lightning Strikes. I don't know. Fucking whatever. Ride the Lightning Strikes. I don't know. I like that song. Other than that, 72 Seasons sucked. But yeah, fuck Metallica. But the first album through Garage Days Revisit. Well, fuck that shit. I love Injustice for All. But after that, yeah, suck a dick. Kiss sucks.
All right, I'd be back.
All right.
Did you carry on good, dude?
Yeah, probably not, but who cares? We probably got unfriended by like 4 people. But they're not people with penises.
Okay, then they don't matter.
So what may I ask you? This is kind of I kind of got mixed signals on this. What the fuck are we reviewing?
Oh, I've been teasing the page.
Yeah.
Putting up pictures of Metallica's Damage Inc. Telling everybody.
Garage Inc.
Garage Inc. Yeah.
Yeah.
Telling everybody that we're not doing Garage Inc.
Are we doing Garage Inc?
No.
Okay.
But you don't remember what I told you? What we're going to do?
I think you said we're going to pretend like the first disc didn't happen. Do I remember that correctly?
We're going to review disc 2 of Garage Inc., where every song on disc 2 of Garage Inc. existed before Garage Inc.
Okay.
Because basically, fuck disc 1.
Yeah. That shit's fucking horrible.
Horrible.
Just so you know, I didn't know what to do, so I listened to it today. I listened to the whole thing. Oh my God, is disc 1 bad? That is so bad.
I haven't heard it forever, but I remember like Tuesday's Gone and
fucking horrible. But I think the one that fucking gets me the most, before we get into the good shit, was Turn the Page, which was a huge hit for them.
Yeah.
If you lived through that shit was all over the fucking radio. And I'll never forget this interview with Lars, where Lars said, he goes, "Oh, we hate Bob Seger. We hate that kind of music. But God damn it, we should have wrote that fucking song because we're road dogs and we should have wrote that." And I'm thinking to myself, around the time they released, Garage Inc. and they were the biggest metal band on the planet. They still are. I mean, if you want to get technical, they're the biggest metal band on the planet. But it's like, you're complaining about being on the road while you're like fucking flying around in jets, or you're all on separate buses and shit. And you're like, oh, I can identify with fucking Turn the Page. Like the road's fucking hard on Metallica. You know who the road was hard on? Cliff Burton.
Ooh.
Too soon? I'm sorry, but that's
it hasn't been long enough, Ian.
Okay, well, that's who the road was hard. That's who should have fucking done a cover of this. Cliff Burton from the fucking grave. Okay, so you motherfuckers in 1998 or whenever Garage Inc. came out, when you're about like a year away from doing fucking Mission Impossible fucking songs and having your group therapy sessions, like, oh, this song is for us. And why would you record a cover of an artist you don't like to begin with? Because it was a hit once and it could be a hit again? Because there's retards out there who may not realize there was an original? Fuck Metallica.
I love Bob Seger's version.
What's that?
I love Bob Seger's version of that song.
Oh, yeah. But Bob Seger's version was written by a real man from the fucking heart who was probably going from show to show in a goddamn El Camino and riding in the fucking back, freezing his ass off.
He was opening for Kiss.
Exactly. At a fucking local VFW. Okay? So these fucking bitches are, they're fucking the biggest band in the world. Like, oh, life is hard. You know, the best thing that could happen to Metallica is if they lose all their fucking money like in a Ponzi scheme. And then you might get a good Metallica album. You know, you always say you reference an album I like better than you is Death Magnetic. And you're like, this sounds like a bunch of fucking rich guys trying to be thrash again and shit. That's their whole fucking career to me after, Black Album on. It's fake as fuck. Well, I think bands like Testament, Overkill, and stuff like that, Creator, Destruct, all these other thrash bands that still put albums, I think they sound vital because these guys are still fucking suffering from paycheck to paycheck.
I was watching. I was watching a latest. It was a phone recording of Creator.
Yeah.
The tour they just did. Man, I don't know if Millie had a cold, but holy fuck, did he sound like shit. I hope that's not how it is every show.
Oh, you mean the concert he sounded bad?
Yeah, his voice was shot. It sounded
that sucks.
So I'm thinking, well, maybe he had a cold. Hoping. I love Creator.
Oh, fuck yeah. A lot of people are kind of hard on Creator because I think out of you look at the big three of the German ones, you got them, Destruction, and Sodom. Creator kind of deviated the most. But I like some of those weird Creator albums,
Yeah, I don't mind them. They're not go-tos to me. But
right.
What was it? Endo, the real weird one?
Endorama or some shit like that.
Yeah, it's like I don't revisit it much, but yeah, it's not classic Creator, but it wasn't offensive. It's not
exactly.
It's not offensive like Load, or something like that,
Well, that's something I've said a bunch of times, like out of the big four, the American big four, there's a lot of people, Anthrax is always everybody's punching bag. But there's a lot of people who love Sound of White Noise, But I also love Stomp 442.
I like
which is like a very different album. But to me, Stomp 442 sounded more like a natural change and a more organic change than where, Load and Reload, that's just like, hey, let's get on the fucking radio kind of shit. So it didn't offend me as much. Metallica are the biggest fucking bitches. But what I will say, and you can trace this back, I said I'm going to mention a lot of things in this episode. I'm going to reveal a lot of secrets here. You know when Metallica really went to shit?
When?
Monsters of Rock. Sammy Hagar ruined this fucking band. For those of you who weren't around back then, so Metallica took a break during the recording of Injustice for All and did the Monsters of Rock tour. And by all accounts, stole the show. Everybody talks about Monsters of Rock like, oh, Metallica, this is when they really went to the big time. And that was after this was released, before the release of Injustice for All. And what happens? They tour with Sammy Hagar. Justice comes out. They cut out Newsted's bass. And then it gets just worse from there on out. They were tainted by Hagar, and they've never recovered.
And you forgot to mention, it was Hagar that made them take off that bass from the album.
That's true. That is true.
Yeah. It was actually Sammy Hagar and that what's the name of that new drummer? Azoff.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and here's another thing. Do you know Kenny Aronoff used to have fucking hair, and Hagar made him take that off too. Bald prick.
Who was he? He was with John Google Melon Balls, right?
Yeah, that's where he made his bones. But I mean, he's been like a go-to session guy. I mean, Kenny Aronoff has played with like everybody as a session drummer. You know what I mean? He's like one of those bitches from Toto that's played on like everybody's shit.
And that guy, original drummer of Toto, what a beast. He's passed away.
Yeah, Picardo or whatever.
That guy was a beast.
Yeah. But anyway, once these guys were tampered with by Hagar, they went downhill. But I was listening to this today. I was listening to the Garage Days revisited. For you motherfuckers in the know, there was the Garage Days Revisited, which was the B side of the Creeping Death single.
Yeah,
And then there,
songs.
what's that?
Those two songs.
Yes, yes. And then there was Garage Days revisited. And I was listening to it today, and I was like, God damn, you can hear some great bass licks by Newstead.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's
on those songs. Yeah, and I'm like, what? You know, this, and I love Injustice for All, you know, and it's one of those where I'll overlook the production, just like I do on Born Again, you know, or Hotter Than Hell. You know, there's albums that I love that have shitty production that I still love because just something comes across, but it all goes back to you get touched by Hagar, you're fucked. You're fucked, and you deserve death. And still, I'll give, you know, as much as I know you like the shit on Newstead too. You're like, oh, look, what's he done besides them?
He gets a free pass.
But he gets a free pass because this motherfucker had the balls to leave the biggest band in fucking metal. I'll give him that.
Where was his balls starting at Injustice for all the way up to that? He was the bitch. Give me a break. They took his bass off. And you know, not only Garage Days, listen to the first Flotsam album. It sounds like a goddamn bass solo through the whole fucking album. The guy is mega talented, and they buried him. And then by the time they started getting with the Black Album, everything was dumbed down. You know, the second they got thrash again was without him. Come on, dude.
Fuck. Well, no, but dude, like Trujillo has any fucking say in this band, you know?
He doesn't either. He doesn't either.
No, but what I love, if he was a true, like, honest to God bitch, he would have stayed with him. I love the fact that he left.
Yeah.
And no, that Echo Brain, that shit sucked. That shit, everything he's done after Metallica has sucked.
He played on the worst Voivod album.
Yeah. No, I'll give you that. But just the fact that he had enough backbone to say, you know what? I'm going to walk away from the biggest meal ticket on the planet. Because he could still be there if he wanted to. And collecting a goddamn good check. But you know what? He said, I had enough.
That motherfucker gets such an awesome check from the Black Album still today. That fucking album still sells like a.
Does he though? Does he really? I mean, he's got what, one co-writing credit?
Yeah, man, that's enough, man. All you need to co-write.
Hold on a second, though.
But we're talking about the Black Album. That album sold and is still selling a ridiculous amount of records.
Right though. Let me think though for a second. Hold on. I'm a little drunk here. Does he have a co-writing credit on the Black Album?
I think he co-wrote my favorite song off it. God That Failed. I think. I could be wrong. I know he has at least one co-write on that album.
I know on Injustice it's only Blackened, the best song on the fucking album, which he brought to the band, by the way.
I don't think Metallica has done a song as good as Blackened since Blackened.
Well, there's where you fucked up. Is you said you don't think. That's a fact. They haven't done a song. So don't unfriend me.
Let me ask you a question, Ian.
Yeah.
Do you like the song Harvester of Sorrow?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Do you like the song Sad But True?
No. Same song?
Timeline right there. That proves timeline. If Sad But True was on Justice and Harvester on Black, you'd probably feel the same way about, I don't like Harvester, but I like Sad But True,
Yeah. No, you got a point. No, it's funny. Like I was talking to my son today. I went over to watch the fucking horrible Raiders game. And, like 90s Metallica is his Metallica because of his age, And I'm just like, oh God. But again, it's no different. Like I love Somewhere in Time because that was my first Maiden. Where you're like got used to all this great shit beforehand, and you're like, this is unacceptable. This is not on par. That's how I was with '90s Metallica. I'm like, no, I was there before. I know what greatness is, and this is fucking retarded. This is some Ace Frehley level shit. This is some Van Hagar level shit. And that's what I like to call the '90s Metallica. Well, actually, Metallica after that is the Van Hagar era of Metallica because they never recovered from opening up for Sammy Hagar. You know, they're like, you know what? We're going to play it safe. We're going to leave this dangerous thrash shit behind. We're going to go with like radio friendly shit, just like Van Halen did. They went with radio friendly, no artistic integrity. You know, we're just going to like play shit that's safe for white girls. You know? And that's what Metallica in the 90s was, white girl rock. You know? Fucking terrible. Fucking terrible. But we're not talking about that shit. We're talking about fucking Garage Days revisited. And this was the first Metallica album. I know you got some years on me. This was the first one where I waited for the release. I got into Metallica after Master of Puppets came out, but before this was released. So I sucked up that shit. But even back then, like Kill 'Em All was too raw for me. I could have like, oh, that's a little rough. That's a little rough. But Ride the Lightning and Master of Puppets, I was like, okay. And I remember waiting for this one. And when it came out, man, I was not disappointed. And I knew nothing about any of the bands they covered. Like back then, to me, these were the originals. You know, I've since went back and I love the originals of all these songs. But back when this shit came out in '87, I was in 8th fucking grade, and I could not wait for this shit to come out. Were you aware of any of the songs on Revisited before they came out? Before this came?
Helpless was the only one. And I've never heard the Misfits till this, or was it Killing Joke the other one?
Killing Joke was The Wait.
And probably my favorite on there is The Wait.
Oh fuck yeah!
And who did Budgie did Crash Course in Brain Surgery, right?
That's how you say it. I always want to say Buggy.
Yeah.
Buggy.
I laughed about that in the previous episode. I was like, you just called them Buggy. And then we laughed for like 10 minutes about Buggy.
Buggy. They got the second worst mascot next to fucking
Right.
Who's that Source of Tequila motherfuckers?
Right.
Yeah, right. They got the two worst. Like, we get it's like a parakeet, but it's not. You know, fuck. It's a. They should name their band fucking Parakeet. That's what it fucking looks like. But yeah, Bungie. I like them. I like them. They're like a harder version of Rush.
They have a fanatical fan base, and I ended up MP3 wise, I got every single Buggy album.
Yeah.
And, I got to get in the right frame of mind because every time I put on a Budgie album, it doesn't grab me.
You don't like it? Oh, I like it. I
don't hate it, but I'm just saying nothing's grabbing me.
Is it? It's Buggy.
Budgie. Budgie.
Wedgie?
What are you, Mark Allen Taylor now?
I don't know. Yeah. I'm Mark Allen Taylor, but with two fans. You know. Yeah, whatever. No, that's a great fucking song. That's a great fucking song, and I love fucking goddamn, Angel Witch and fucking Holocaust. Holocaust was a band that I discovered because of this. You know, I never would have checked out. But that's a great thing about like 80s Metallica was inspired by the new wave of British heavy metal,
Yeah.
where while 90s Metallica was inspired by Bob Rock and Dr. Feelgood, you know, and that's when it sucked, man. And I was listening to production on this, and it's funny going back and listening. I was like, God damn, this sounds so good. I thought it was Fleming Rasmussen who did this one. Who did the first 4 studio albums. Or I'm sorry, he didn't do Kill 'Em All, but he did Red Lightning, Master, and Injustice. I thought it was Fleming Rasmussen, but this was self-produced by Metallica, and I'm like, God damn, it sounds so much better than what fucking Bob Rock did to him. That guy fucking neutered the shit out of this band. And then I was thinking about this shit. This was kind of, it was kind of going back to what we talked about earlier in this episode. You and me are the Lars and fucking James of podcasts because we are the biggest. We are the best. But here's the thing. You are Lars. Because everybody gives Lars shit and everybody blames everything on fucking Lars.
And I was right about Napster.
Yeah. And nobody gives fucking James any bullshit. Where I think James is the biggest offender. Because I think if you really look at it, like, nothing happens in this band without James' blessing. Okay? But he is just as more, if not more, to blame about the downfall of this band. You know, I listened to his vocals in the 90s and his lyrics and wham, wham, me shit. You know, my parents were Christian Scientists and I quit drinking and I have to go to therapy and But nobody points a finger at James for ruining this fucking band. They all blame Lars, just like everybody blames Ralph for fucking everything that goes wrong in their fucking life. That's how they blame. But I will say, I think you're a better drummer than Lars. But
Lars rules.
Hey. Yeah, he did. That's another thing I was listening to when I was listening to the first disc. You know, if we do the Garage Inc. version, I'm like, oh my God. As Lars would say in Some Kind of Monster, this shit is stock. The drumming was so like, it sounds like fucking Peter Criss drumming for fucking Metallica.
Wait, you're talking about Garage Days?
No, Garage Inc. If you listen to the first disc.
Oh, disc 1.
Yeah. Oh, the drumming is so pedestrian and so like fucking, goddamn. I could do the drumming that Lars does on disc 1. But then I listened to Lars's drumming on Garage Days Revisited, which starts out the second disc of Garage Inc. And I'm like, dude, he's a fucking beast. He's blowing it up. He sounds great. He sounds phenomenal. And I think you bring up a great point. Like you say everybody shits on Lars now, but nobody did back in the 80s. And it makes sense. It was great drumming. His drumming on Revisited, I think, is phenomenal. I don't think there's anything you can complain about with Lars's drumming at all.
He was the most popular member of Metallica. That if Lars would have died in that bus crash in '86, today, you know, Metallica would have changed and stuff. Today, a shirt with Lars and Cliff, and it would have said it should have been Cliff.
Yeah. Oh, exactly.
Because when Cliff died, he was not as metal as the other three.
Right. But if you listen to Lars's drumming in the 90s, like, you know, where before it was like, you know, I mean, not Dave Lombardo, you know, let's not get it twisted. Let's shit the deck here. You know, fucking, it's not Charlie Benente, but it's still fucking amazing. I was listening to drumming on all those tracks on the original Revisited. It's like, there's not one fucking thing to complain about. That dude could drum his ass off, you know? But as much as Lars's drumming started sucking in the 90s, so did Hetfield. Lyrically, like singing-wise, it's all like like lyrically, fucking, or like vocally, Hetfield in the 90s and on is just as annoying as Zakk Wylde with the pings, you know? Or Ozzy's with the, oh yeah, you know, it's like Hetfield had all the cliches, all the bullshit, Fucking horrible. Fucking 90s Metallica sucks ass. And if you don't like it, unfriend me on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, X, and
I'm gonna get tea, but before I just right now unfriended
yeah.
you because I'm a fan of Memory Remains.
Oh, there you go. That song sucks. What a
Unfriended,
fucking horrible song.
unfriended, na 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 na.
Oh my god. Yeah, some hero of the fucking day you are. Hero of the fucking day. Is there anybody out there who can defend hero of the day? I want to see in the comments. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and all that bullshit and help the fucking anal rhythms, but fucking hero of the day. That is some horrible shit. Like if you like hero of the day, like how do you make fun of fucking Bon Jovi or fucking Poison if you like that shit? You can't. You can't because it's in the same whatever. Like they're hero of the day and fucking living on a prayer. Right there.
I'll tell you right now, man. I'll take any Bon Jovi song over Hero of the Day.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's not because it's Metallica. I mean, anybody would have wrote that song. I'd put the Spin Doctors above that shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Little Miss can't be wrong, but fucking Hero of the Day is very wrong, you know?
Dude, that song is shockingly bad. And
Yeah.
to think it was a video and single.
Yeah. What's there's some other horrible shit. What's the fucking I, I don't know. I don't know if there's something worse than here.
Bleeding Me. That's one a lot of people love. I hate that song.
Yeah, I don't know.
That mellow shit. A lot of people love that shit.
Yeah. A lot of people like to fucking suck cock too,
I mean,
and a lot of them aren't women.
Hey, more power to you. But when I listen to that song, it's like, man, I don't think I'm ever gonna want to listen to that again.
That's just fucking horrible. But anyway, let's get into this. So when this came out, were you highly anticipating this? Were you pleasantly surprised? What did you think this when you first got it?
I was big time waiting for this, and I love the little sticker on it that said $5.98. Do not pay more.
Yes,
that was so cool back then. It's like,
yeah,
and that's how much it cost. It cost $6, and it was phenomenal. I'll never forget buying that record. Still got my copy, put it on the turntable, and it just blew my mind the whole way through.
Did you know something I didn't know today till I was doing some research, that in Europe the weight was not on their version of this because they had strict laws on how long an EP could be.
Oh, wow.
I did not know that.
You need and by the way, Ian, coincidental, because I told you we went back and forth till we finally figured out that, because I first wanted to do Justice for All, and then you said
that was our third episode.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, I never knew we did that one. So then I said, well, how about Garage Revisited? And you said, yeah, and then I thought, man, but that's so short. Let's do Garage Inc., but not talk about disc one. Well, today is the anniversary of Garage Inc.
Oh, is it?
Came out in 1998 today. Yeah, I saw it online. I was like, holy shit. And that's what
wow.
Yeah.
And for those of you paying attention, on the anniversary of the S&M album, we're going to talk about a piece of shit. Fucking symphony. Fucking bullshit.
Yeah, you see, by that time, that
was like, what, a year after this? Right after Garage Inc. was S&M.
I'm just talking about, like, by this time, it was like, I just didn't care. Whatever they were doing, it was like, I don't care. Until that one day I'm recording in the recording studio. I go out to get lunch, and I'm on my phone and new Metallica. And I pressed it. It was hardwired to self-destruct, and it ruled my world. And it still rules my world. I listened to that album like maybe 2 months ago,
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love that album.
Really?
And then I had high hopes for 72 Seasons. I'm on the Metallica train again, and it disappointed the fuck out of me. I think we
I
talked
like that.
about that one, right?
That yeah, I like that Diamond Head ripoff. The first single. I
Yeah,
like that.
Lex Eterna. It's really good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I like that. That's it.
it got
That's it.
me excited for the album, but
The rest is fucking James Hetfield crying about, oh, my parents, win, 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 win. I liked it better when they talked about Cthulhu and fucking shit like that. Except crying about, like, and then start with, I don't know. All fucking 90s and Ford Metallica sucks for the most. I mean, there's exceptions to the rule. Like, Spit Out the Bone. Spit Out the Bone is fucking awesome. You know? But I don't go back to Hardwired. I think Spit Out the Bone was like the one song I'm like, yeah. But then again, I like fucking Death Magnetic better than you. The one song I really hate on Death Magnetic was the single. The Day That Never Comes. That shit was fucking that's some load reload bullshit. But I like the other shit, you know?
yeah, I don't listen to no Metallica except the first three albums and Hardwired.
Mm.
I don't listen to Injustice for All.
But you were excited when this came out. And you were happy when you got
I
it?
was ecstatic with this EP. I fucking loved it. I also remember buying it on cassette. I think
Yeah.
I saw it on cassette around that time for real cheap because it was used. So I
Yeah.
also got it on cassette, and
Well,
yeah,
I
man,
thought it was
I wore it out.
when I bought it, it was the cassette, and I thought it was cool. Like if you got it on cassette, it was like the 598 EP,
Yeah,
and if you got it on CD, it was the 998, EP. And then I think this is probably they got to be one of the only ones. This is an EP that went platinum. I can't think of any other EP that's platinum. Can you?
yeah. The Combat EP I put out.
Yeah, but other than that,
Yeah, it's the only one.
all right, all right. Well, let's get into the songs here. The very first one, "Helpless," the Diamond Head cover. What do you think?
Fucking awesome! What a perfect opener for the album. You listen,
Oh, fuck.
you listen to this album, it's like, all right, pick an opener. This is it. This is what should open album. It does open the album. It's got kind of like that, organic feel. You hear like the little humming and stuff before the drums kick in. Then the drums kick in, and it's just these thrashing riffs. Now, I was aware of this album because I did own um, Light Until Nation. And the only reason I own that is because I heard Am I Evil from Metallica.
Right.
So I knew Helpless not that well because when I heard the Metallica version, it took me a while to go back and listen to the Diamond Head version. And the Diamond Head version is just as good. It's so special. That was a special band. For those that don't know, a lot of people thought Diamond Head was going to be the Led Zeppelin of the 80s. That's what all the press was talking about because of that album, Lightning of the Nation. Then it just went to shit. But that was, I mean, the band didn't take off here at all. But in England, they were, considered great up and comers right there with fucking Maiden.
Maiden and Saxon, yeah.
Saxon. Diamond Head was right there with them all.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I love it. Helpless, one of the best songs on that Lightning to the Nation, too. Probably my second favorite after Am I Evil. I love it, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, I totally got to agree.
Wait. I got to bring up one other thing. On disc one, they did a cover of It's Electric.
Yeah.
Fucking terrible, man.
Yep. Oh. So everything they did on disc one, man, I listened to it. Again, I talked about, but it sounds so like anemic and so like by the numbers. The production is fucking terrible. The drumming's terrible. It seems mailed in. It's just like These are millionaires trying to sound relevant, and it didn't fucking work. But when you do Helpless, yeah, this shit fucking works. And this was something, they got Newsted in the band. Hetfield had the accident where he couldn't fucking play for a while, broke his arm skateboarding. And they say it was skateboarding, but I think somebody said something that hurt his feelings and he fell down and bumped his arm. Yeah, my parents. But I mean, this just sounds killer. And like you said, what out of all the tracks on here, this might not be my favorite, but you brought it up great. This is the one to open it up, like right out the fucking gate. Fucking kick your ass. It's fucking Helpless. And god damn, do I fucking love this. And I love the original, and I think we should compare these to the original. I think they're both amazing. It'd be hard for me to pick which is best.
I can't.
Yeah.
There's something special about, because there's something different about both that makes it special.
Yes. I agree 100% because I listened to the original by Diamond Head and I'm like, wow, it's just got a fire and a fury. But the same thing with Metallica's version. It's got everything you fucking need. And I love that, here's a band that's, slowly gaining popularity. They were already the heroes of the underground. Then they open up for Ozzy and it takes them to another level. And then right here, like, this is what they do with their newfound power, And that's what I love is like, back then Metallica did something good with their fucking power. And then it turned in the 90s like, hey, we're going to take out Days of the New and Limp Bizkit with us. And what are they doing on the next leg of this tour they just did? Hey, we're taking out Limp Bizkit again. There's probably going to be a Garage Days revisited where they're doing Nookie, I wouldn't be a bit fucking surprised, Fucking this piece of shit sellout fucking band. Fuck them and their fucking mental health fucking experts that fucking go out on tour with them. Suck a dick. Unfriend me. I don't care. But yeah, no. Helpless, fucking amazing. Amazing cover. Then we go to the next one. Small Hours by Holocaust. Holy shit. Do I love this fucking song. And I'll never forget waiting for the bus in 8th grade. And there was like, this was my first time I moved. I went to a different city. And now I'm like in an integrated school where I'm going to school, like before I was out in the country, it was all like white bread kids. I was the only black kid. So now I'm going with all kinds of other kids. But we would hang out at the bus stop and we would wait for the bus and it would be segregated. We'd all get in our little cliques, wait for the bus. And I would hang out, with the stoner white trash kids and shit. And we'd talk about fucking metal. Back then metal was like Bullet Boys and shit. But he said something this kid said something one day. He's like, yeah, I know what you guys listen, you white kids, you listen to Metallica. He's like, and I try to get through to you in my own special way. I was like, holy fuck. He's like, yeah, I know what you white kids listen to. And I was blown away. I was like, fucking A, right. And I don't know if he liked it or not, but he knew it. And that's kind of like the lexicon of fucking Metallica back then. I mean, it was like this big, like it was underground, but it was still a big thing. And I love it because this drew me to Holocaust, which I since, really come to love. And there's the album Nightcomers. Man, go check that shit out because it's a really good fucking album that I never would have known without this.
I put that album in my top 5 of greatest new albums on my YouTube.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
Somebody asked me to do a top 10 new album. Yeah. It was maybe 5 or 4.
Oh yeah, and and it doesn't all sound like this song. I mean, that's what I love about it, though. It's kind of all over the place, but it's really fucking good. But I consider I never would have checked it out, never would have known nothing if it wasn't for this Metallica, EP. Uh, and I love it, man. What a great moody song, and I love what Metallica brings to it on this one. I think they do their own special way on this one. I think it's a killer cover. What do you think?
Oh, I fucking love it. And I just thought of this. What we were talking about earlier when I said, oh, Jason's making some good money, with his co-write on the Black Album. Dude, fucking Brian Dale from Diamond Head says that he's rolling in money because of the Am I Evil cover.
Yeah.
And that's not an album as big as Black Album. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But this song here, Metallica copied it. On the next album, I think Harvester of Sorrow is very similar to this song. And as I
Not as good, but a good song.
And as I said earlier, Sad But True. So Sad But True and Harvester of Sorrow kind of, because I don't think Metallica did anything like this before it. I mean, the closest would be Thing That Should Not Be, but it's not really like that. Because Thing That Should Not Be is more like a crunchy thing, where this one is more brooding and. But I fucking love it. What's the next song? The Wait?
Yes.
Fucking amazing. Probably my favorite song on here. That riff. This is like traditional metal song. This ain't thrash or it's traditional metal at its finest. Amazing song. I went back and heard the original, which is amazing as well. But I gotta say, I like Metallica's version more, man. I thought Metallica did, and I can also say that about the Holocaust. I also prefer Metallica's version, though the Holocaust version is awesome, and this version is awesome. But I'm gonna give it to Metallica. So yeah, I love The Wait. Probably my favorite on here.
Well, I would agree with you there. I think The Wait's my favorite on this one as well. And if anything's taken away from this episode, besides don't be a fucking pussy and quit Facebook if somebody doesn't like the band you like, check out Killing Joke. Man, it's a band. I wish I would have got into them more like right when I heard this, but it wasn't until like the late 90s that I really delve into Killing Joke. And talk about a band that's been all over the place, like musically. I mean, to me, the first album that this comes off of, Killing Joke, is like something unto itself. But then, like in the mid 80s, they almost had like a new wave sound to them, but still something really cool. And then they've gone back and forth. So amazing. I met a guy in New Orleans who was a promoter. And we started talking, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm trying to book Killing Joke to come to New Orleans." I was like, "Fucking A, right." I'm like, "Do it." He's like, "Would you help promote the show if I did this?" I was like, "Fuck yeah." And this is, I think, right in the infancy of our podcast and shit. And unfortunately, something happened with Jazz Coleman, the lead singer, and they ended up canceling the fucking tour. And I was like, "Oh, fuck, man," because I would have got to see him at this incredible fucking club. And but I'm a huge Killing Joke fan. But again, much like Holocaust, a band I probably never would have checked out if it wasn't for this. I love them both. For me to pick like a favorite, I don't know if I could between the original and this. But if anything, I have to give a nudge to the Metallica version, because this is what set me on that path. And again, check out Killing Joke. Just an amazing band, and what a great song. And that riff. And this is something that Kirk brought to the band. I don't think this was anything that was on James or Lars's radar. But while they were rehearsing for this shit, Kirk started playing this riff, and they're like, "Okay, what's this?" And he's like, "Check out this band called Killing Joke." And then they covered this, and That's when Kirk might have still had a say in the band, which I don't think he's probably had since this. Um,
Or
like just
before this.
yeah, shut up and play your wah wah, and then play what Dave Mustaine wrote. But no, killer fucking track. All right, what's next? I should have this shit memorized. Okay, here we go. It's Bungie with Crash Course in Brain Surgery. Fucking A right. Oh my god, do I love this. Um, and again, not only did I not know this band, I still to this day do not know how to pronounce their fucking name. Who gives a fuck? They have a horrible fucking mascot, but I dig this band much more than Ralph. This is one of those bands like during the Lars is gonna hate this, the Napster era. I went and downloaded all their albums. I was like, man, I like this. They got a weird singer. To me, they're like a not quite thrash, but like a proto thrash. Like proto thrash meets Rush, because the singer's got a very distinct voice, and you either get it or you don't. It's like a King Diamond situation or a Geddy Lee. Like if you don't like the guy's voice, you're fucked. But I dig it musically, and what a great song. But to me, the genius is that Metallica picked not only to cover this, but the way they did it, the way they interpreted it. And it's not like drastically different, but it's enough. Like it's a little bit of a boost. Um, but man, killer song. And again, thanks to Metallica, I now know this band and love many of their fucking albums, even though I can't pronounce their name. What do you think, Ralph?
Love it, man. The bass intro, what Newson does is fucking awesome. It shows you how capable he is as a bass player. And it's a very thrashy song, very tight. Yeah, it's just a band that's really well gelled together. But it also has that loose feel to it. There's a real loose feel to this where you can hear the tightness and stuff, but also loose at the same time. Fucking amazing. Love it.
Love
Then we
it. All
got
right.
Last Caress, right?
Yeah. Slash Green Hill.
Yeah, I never heard of the Misfits. I've heard of them, but I've never heard their music. And this was the first song I heard. And I was like, fuck, man, I got to look into this band, Misfits. And I did. I think it took me a while to hunt Earth AD down. I think it was that one. Yeah, took me a while, but yeah, I'm a big Misfits fan now. I mean, I got to see the Misfits not too long ago with
That's awesome.
Charlie Hill and Daniela.
I love them.
We all went to Tampa. And we stopped at a bar before the show to meet Edwin Canistarecci.
I love that guy.
Who, by the way, will be here hopefully next week with Ryan T. Russell ranking the Beatles albums. That's our plan for the next show. Let's hope it's next week. But it's awesome. It's a great cover. I prefer the Misfits, though, I gotta say. I do prefer their version. And here I am bashing Budgie and shit. But I prefer Budgie's version of Crash Course and Brain Surgery.
Oh wow.
Weird, right? I can't get into them, but that song I love a lot. But yeah, Last Caress, amazing. Love it. What do you think?
Well, before I do that, I'm going to teach you a lesson in how you keep assholes in suspense. I'll be right back.
Oh man. He just called me an asshole because I'm in suspense.
Oh no, not you, the fans.
Oh. Well, just deal with me for now. I know I'm the bad guy. It's okay. I can be the bad guy to some of you people because I get so much love from people that think I'm the good guy. So they matter more to me, you know? But yeah, I'm going to talk about Green Hell. All right. So then Ian will talk about both because they are two songs in one, really, Oh, Green Hell's fucking amazing. It's ripping. It's a great way to end this. and then they do that little mock "Run to the Hills" at the end, where they play it sloppy purposely, and it was a little symbolic at the time because Metallica at the time, and I'll talk about this again with Ian. I won't get too into it, but at the time, Metallica was on the heels of Maiden. And I'll talk more about that when Ian, you're gonna have to do Last Caress and Green Hell because I already talked about Green Hell.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Uh, I like these when I first heard the album. I'm like, fucking hey, right. But this is one where I heard the originals, and to me, it didn't capture what the Misfits did. Um, I still like the Metallica version. Don't get it twisted. Don't shit the bed. I like it, but I like the Misfits better. Definitely. And I think it's kind of funny where I've heard like mixed things from Glenn Danzig about this cover. Like initially, he's like, "Oh yeah, not as good as us," no way. And then when the checks started coming in, then all of a sudden, like, yeah, they did a pretty good job. Yeah,
Hey,
not bad.
Ian, I saw this online. It's like a historic thing. It's a letter that Glenn Danzig wrote to Cliff Burton
Oh, really?
because Cliff Burton asked for permission to do not only Last Caress, he didn't say Green Hell. He wanted to do, I think it was Death Comes Ripping. I'm not sure, but he asked Danzig the permission to do Last Caress and Death Comes Ripping, and Danzig wrote him back saying, go for it. But this is without Cliff Burton. But I'm just saying, when Cliff was alive, Cliff wrote Danzig so he can cover these songs.
Right. But yeah, I mean, I'm sure that's true. I think I might have remember reading that. But yeah, I remember like early, like when Danzig was trying to establish the original Danzig band, he's like, oh yeah, but it's not as good as, what we did. And then now it's like, yeah, that helps pay the fucking house note. I dig it, but I like the Misfits more. But it's still great. And another thing I think that's funny is after this ends, you hear like a very butchered version of "Run to the Hills," and I didn't know this, but apparently that pissed Iron Maiden off. Like they thought Iron Maiden was taking a piss out of them. When apparently when they were playing this, they're just like, "Hey, let's do this," but the guitars weren't in tune, and they were just laughing because it sounded so bad.
Come on, let's get serious. They didn't piss off Iron Maiden. They pissed off Bruce Dickinson.
Okay, could very well be.
Now, you know why I say that? Because Bruce Dickinson did photo shoots with a hammer, breaking Ride the Lightning, in their crappy.
Oh, really? I don't remember that.
Yeah, there's pictures of Bruce breaking, and also in their cover version of Space Station #5. Toward the end of it, they speed up the tempo, and Bruce Dickinson is saying, "There's Metallica right behind us." So there was a little friction. And
I didn't listen to that because that's a shitty Montrose song. I never heard that cover.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad. But it was at the time, Metallica around this time was on the heels of Maiden, and then ended up, of course, eclipsing them. They eclipsed Maiden with their first sign of eclipsing Maiden was Justice for All. Because by that time, what was it? Seven Son or No Prayer for the Dying?
Yeah. Seven Son.
That's when Iron Maiden was losing steam in America. And Metallica just came and took right over, man, and became to today, I mean, Maiden is huge, really, more out of the United States, where Metallica is huge everywhere. Maiden doesn't play stadiums in the U.S. And didn't you even tell me that when you saw them recently, like half the floor was empty or something?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. And that's the thing, like, I've always said, Maiden's kind of they do it to save face in the U.S. They don't play near. They don't do a full U.S. tour. They do selective dates, and that kind of builds all like Maiden Tards will travel and stuff like that. No, Metallica's the biggest metal band on the planet. I don't give a fuck, what you think of them or what I think of them. There's no denying. There's no bigger metal band on the planet. Not even Black Sabbath can do what Metallica does. And that's not saying anybody's better. I'm just saying that's the truth. There's no bigger selling band. There's no bigger touring band than Metallica. It's not even fucking close. But yeah, only half the floor was filled, and only half the stadium. And where I saw them at Tacoma Dome in Tacoma, Washington, isn't that big a venue. Funny enough, that's where the Metallica video from the Live Shit Binge and Purge from the Injustice tour is from the Tacoma Dome, and it looks like really cool in the fucking video, but it's not a big venue. It'd be like, like the Sportatorium. Legendary venue, but not huge. You know what I mean?
Right.
Um, but yeah, there's nobody bigger than Metallica. Not that they're the best by any means, but yeah, there's nobody bigger. And there probably never will be a metal band bigger than Metallica because this music's on the way out. Let's be honest, there's no new band to coming to dethrone Metallica. It's not Five Finger fucking Death Punch for sure. I'll tell you that. Even though they probably will be opening up for Metallica again, on the next tour.
Oh, you know what, man? And I'm even more unforgiving. And that was pun intended, by the way.
Ha ha.
I'm more unforgiving to Metallica than you are. But
Yeah.
but you like more Metallica than I do. I
No, we're about tied. Because
you like Justice and Death Magnetic. I don't.
yeah, but you like Hardwired more
That's
than I
it.
do.
That's
And
it.
and you like fucking Memory Remains.
Yeah, but that's a song that don't count.
That alone fucking discredits everything you say.
Well, well, yeah, it would make sense. What I'm about to say now would make sense to you and everybody that hates
Yeah.
Memory Remains. I'll always love Metallica, even with all the crap they've done. I'll always appreciate number one. They started the thrash. I don't care what anybody says. Fucking Kill 'Em All is the first thrash album. They released two fucking metallic thrash masterpieces that eclipsed every fucking band that that copied them. And then and then the CPs are phenomenal. But then yeah, a bunch of shitty albums. Then Hardwire was so bad, and then they're back to shit. I like way more less than they're more than half their albums I don't like. But I'm always gonna love them. And also have this thing, man. It's like, oh, it's so trendy to bash on Metallica. It's just such a trendy thing that, you know,
But wouldn't you agree that they deserve it though?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'd have to think.
I mean, can you think of a band that sold out more than I think they're definitely on Van Hagar level.
Here's the deal with the whole sellout Metallica thing. The thing is, when Metallica sold out, it worked. Every fucking band sold out. All the
Yeah, but
bands,
all
third bands try to do something different. They all failed. Metallica didn't.
hey, all four of Sammy Hagar's albums debuted at number one. Can you say they failed?
Yeah, but we're talking about Metallica, bro.
Yeah, no, I hear you, but here's the difference. People still buy those shitty Metallica albums. Nobody buys those shitty fucking Van Hagar albums. But
Yeah, you are correct.
you know,
You know,
but
do you know they just re-released another Van Halen box set with Dave? I mean, it's the same thing, the same albums again.
oh really? No, I didn't see this.
Yeah, yeah.
They just put a sticker out that says there's no Sammy Hagar on this, and it sold more.
How many times have they re-released that same box set on vinyl? The Walmart exclusive, this and that. It's been re-released 4 or 5 times. Like this is like the fifth time.
Dude, they have a Van Halen box set like all the Dave shit. It's the J.C. Penney's edition, and it outsold the fucking Van Hagar shit. And you can't even find a J.C. Penney's. Only old people will get what I'm saying. But yeah, I don't know. But I think what it is with Metallica that stings the most is what Metallica meant to us in the 80s.
Oh wait! I really don't want to lose this train of thought.
Okay.
Have you ever heard the spoof of "Memory Remains"?
No.
Dude, it's genius. The guy sounds just like James. It's like he goes, "Lars is gay, Kurt is gay, Robert's gay, but the gayest is James."
I
That's
believe that.
cool.
I believe that. Um, but I don't know. I mean, can you think of a worse? I mean, yeah, Van Halen comes close, but I think Metallica is the worst sellout and the most backstab of
Well,
where
look
you.
at him. Look at him. Hey, like I said, I don't like the music, but it worked. It
No, no, no,
worked.
no. I agree, but I always go back to like I said when I was coming up, man. If you wore a Metallica shirt at school, and Justice or before, you were a dirtbag. You were this. And then fast forward a few years later, it was jock rock. It was now this is what I call music volume 27, and they rode with it. They cut their hair. They did all this. To me, it was the worst offensive because even more than any other band, they were proud of like, we are this, we are that, and then they went the whole other fucking direction. And
Yeah, I'm aware of that, but I just don't give a fuck.
yeah, I mean, fuck it. It is what it is.
They're
It's
sellouts. I agree, but I don't
yeah.
really get offended that much by it because every band's a fucking sellout. You had the Ritual with Testament. You had I Hear Black with Overkill. You had fucking Countdown Extension.
But those are all better albums than the Black Album.
They are, but they're different because they were following Metallica's lead. Don't have the word Metallica to make those albums sell millions. If Metallica released The Ritual, it would have went 5 times platinum.
Yeah.
I'm just saying every band, all the thrash bands, including Violence, all the thrash bands changed their sound because they saw what Metallica was doing. And Metallica, the reason, in my opinion, the reason that Metallica blew everybody away with all their selloutness is because they were always the biggest band. Like Maiden was the biggest band of the new album, and Metallica was the biggest band of the thrash. And it's the brand name that sold millions. Testament, Megadeth, you can even say Slayer and Anthrax, the big four, all that. They didn't have that brand to take them over the top. How Metallica came over the top, I will agree, is crappy sellout music, whatever you want to call it. But it was the right thing to do for them financially because look at them today,
What do you think killed Metallica? I'm going to say One.
And I love that song One.
Oh, I do too. But I think that's what killed them.
It was kind of groundbreaking too at the time because there was no videos like that. I mean,
that was their first video. They went from being the band that wouldn't make a video to the band that made the video to the band that would make a song for the soundtrack of Mission Impossible 2.
Yeah, but I'm telling you, that was a groundbreaking video because all the videos back then were all colorful, shit. And, I'm even talking thrash bands. You got to remember, Anthrax had videos, Megadeth had videos way before Metallica did. And they all had glossy color videos. Where
All I'm
Metallica,
saying is that if Razor made an album with Lou Reed, it would have been better than Lulu. You know.
yeah. And I will also say, yeah, you are right about the one thing because I'll never forget this one guy that we really, really had a bad falling out. And of course, like my whole life, it's people that fuck with me, man. Just don't fuck with me. We'll get along good. But anyway, that guy used to tell me when we were friends, oh, you listen to that trash metal. He wouldn't say thrash. He would say trash metal, like Metallica. That's all noise. Then I saw him at the Injustice for All tour. I was like, what are you doing here? Oh, I like Metallica now, man. That one video. So you do have a valid point.
Yeah. Well, no, and and again, one is an incredible fucking song, but I just think they saw how the masses latched onto a slower version of what they were doing.
There were talks on a video with Cliff. There was talks
Yeah.
on. I believe it was gonna be Master of Puppets. There was talks about that. Which, by the way, Metallica did put up a visual type video of Master of Puppets. It's been up for years. Check it out on the Metallica YouTube. What a great video!
Well, there's also, they don't talk about it a lot, but there was talk of doing what ended up being Garage Days revisited. They were going to do a Garage Days when Cliff was still around. Um, and but it was like a different set of songs, and they were going to do a cover of "Rock Me Tonight" by Billy Squier.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, but then Cliff died, and he was the Billy Squier fan in the band.
Yeah, I mean, Cliff died and we lost that
Yeah,
awesome cover song.
yeah. I mean, the main thing, like everybody with the it should have been Lars. You know what? I want to create a shirt that says, as long as it's not Ray Daniels, you know, as long as Ray Daniels lives and Van Hagar dies, I'm a happy camper. Listen to whatever fucking Metallica you want. I have mine that I love. Ralph has his that he loves. They're the biggest band ever in metal, and that's never going to change. There's not a band that I think Ralph and I love more than Black Sabbath. And they've eclipsed Black Sabbath 25 times over as far as sales and popularity. So, what the fuck are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
I say we start a petition to get a statue of Ray Daniels.
I agree. We need to get Ray Daniels in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You know?
You know that Luke Costello Park in The Sopranos?
Yeah.
Change that shit. And I love Abbott Costello. But no, make that Ray Daniels Park.
Ray Daniels.
And put Lou in a fucking park with Abbott. Not alone. It needs to be Abbott and Costello. Fucking gods. A quick reminder to everybody, in case you haven't seen it. Abbott and Costello meets Frankenstein is a fucking masterpiece. A masterpiece. Yeah, but
Yeah, that. And if you don't like that shit, feel free to unfriend me on MySpace and Oregon Trail, whatever you fucking fucks do, you fucking piece of pussy bullshit motherfuckers. All right, this fucking album. And I love this shit. This is some old school shit. This motherfucker was recorded in July of 1987. Was released August 21st, 1987. That's some cool shit. Went platinum. Says not very produced by Metallica, but it sure sounds better than Bob Rock to my fucking ears. I'll tell you what. So there you go. I mean, it's awesome. This is something that stands the test of time. And again, I can't stress. Ralph's like, hey, we'll pretend like the first disc don't exist. He goes, but you're a fucking masochist, so you'll listen to it. And I did. He's right. He knows me.
yeah, I didn't bother. But there are more songs on disc too.
Yeah, there is. Okay, we can go through that real quick. Let me Bring this page back up here.
I think it's Am I Evil or Blitzkrieg. One of the two is next, right?
Yeah, so here we go. Yeah, so the next two are Am I Evil and Blitzkrieg, which, depending on when you got into Metallica, that was probably on your version of Kill 'Em All because it was on there for a long time. What like in the CD age, you would get those. Both of those amazing covers. Love it. Then it goes into they broke it down into sections on Wikipedia.
Well,
After
let me
the
talk about those songs.
okay,
Am I Evil? That's how I discovered Diamond Head. I went and bought the Diamond Head album. Fucking great song, Am I Evil? Metallica does it better, I feel. Blitzkrieg, dead tie. I mean, Blitzkrieg is not even different. I mean, it's like mirror songs. So I can't say Metallica or Blitzkrieg did that song better. All right, I'm done with those two songs. What's that?
I would have to agree with what you said 100%. Yeah, I'm not even going to repeat what you just said because I feel the same way. But then we go into B-sides and one-offs, 1988 through 1993. Bread Fan, which, if I remember correctly, Bread Fan and the Prince were on the one.
No, as I recall, Bread Fan was on one, and the Prince was on Eye of the Beholder.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. I love Bread Fan, dude. I love Bread Fan. Again, another bungy, boogie, boogie wonderland. Love Bread Fan. The Prince, another one. I like Bread Fan better than the Prince.
Yeah,
but I like them both. But I think I would prefer the Prince by Diamond Head.
Yeah, me too.
Better than Metallica. Oh wow, we agree. Okay, and then Stone Cold Crazy, which that was originally, I remember this, was on an album called Rubinaut.
Yeah,
which
I have it. I have it on CD. It was like a compilation from Elektra Records.
Yeah, that's where
I remember Lynch Mob was on there.
Yeah, you know who else was on there? The Cure. That's where they did their version of fucking Purple Haze that is horrible.
Oh my God, yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw you did a post, and I am a Cure fan, and that was like, motherfucker, you got no business doing this fucking shit. It's horrible. But we're talking about Metallica Stone Cold Crazy. Metallica Stone Cold Crazy is 1,000 times better than the Queen version.
Oh, get out of town.
Yeah, no.
Wow.
Hey, the Queen version is nothing to write home about. You know, the Stone Cold Crazy, you know. I'll take the Metallica version over it. But hear me out though. I don't think it's that great to begin with. You know, but then again, I think the best thing Queen ever did was the Flash soundtrack. So I'm probably not the best, you know, source of this, but you know, I bought Sheer Heart Attack because of this. I'm like, oh, let me get that, because I think prior to that, I just had Queen's Greatest Hits. You know, the one that everybody in America had. You know, the black cover with the four of them and everything. Yeah, no, I'll take Metallica's version over Queen. Queen's so fucking overrated. And Jesus Christ killed Freddie Mercury for being gay. That's not me, that's Jesus. So if you got a problem, unfriend Jesus. Okay?
Jesus is my friend. Jesus, in case.
Hey, Jesus is just all right with me, but just all right.
To me, Jesus is my nigga.
Oh.
Straight up.
They don't even celebrate Jesus. It's Kwanzaa. And by they, I mean me.
I drop a 40 on a cross.
Okay.
All right.
All right. All right. You like Queen's version better. That's, I don't know. Queen's
dude, Stone Cold Crazy.
Hey, I gotta ask you.
Huh?
I know I know you made a video about it, but it's in my watch later file, which I have like 3,000 like watch later videos on fucking YouTube. Um, what did you think of that Queen box set that I sent you with the new
Horrible,
mixes?
horrible. I did a
It's that
video.
bad, huh?
I did a video on it, dude. Well, I know you don't care, but to me, being a Queen fan, you don't
Yeah.
you don't AI or auto tune Freddie's voice. You just fucking
It's that. Well, I've heard that complaint, so it's that bad, huh?
yeah, and the drums are completely different. They sound
Really?
neuter because Roger Taylor didn't like the way the drum sounded on the first album, and
Yeah.
Brian May didn't fuck with it. Oh, is that my fucking? Oh man,
I don't have that gay ass ringtone. My shit's a theme from
that's
fucking
somebody calling.
Magnum PI.
But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, the Queen. Yeah, dude, they fucked it all up. You
Yeah.
know, and on top of that, it has the very first Queen show ever. This is before John Deacon was in the band, right?
Oh, they had a bass player before John Deacon?
Yeah, and they played a show. This is before the first album. They played a show, and it was the first show. They auto-tuned Freddie's voice on that as well.
I heard they tried to make him sound masculine like Charles Bronson, and it didn't work.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. All I know it sucked. I I'd
Yeah.
rather watch Death Wish.
I'd rather watch Death Wish than listen to Queen too. Uh, so anyway,
Fucking rules.
then there's one like this is so funny because my son told me this was his favorite. Him and his best friend. This was their favorite track when Garage Inc. came out. Is So What? Their cover of the Anti Nowhere League song. What do you think of this one?
Fucking amazing. I absolutely love it. I love the original too. The original is a little more snotty.
Right.
I like it a little more than Metallica's version. But holy fuck, man. I never heard that. I never heard the original when I heard that. And I ran my
Yeah.
cock right down his throat and shit. I was like, fuck. It's a great, that's a total punk rock, fuck you, middle finger song, if ever there was one. And when I saw the crappy Load tour, they opened the show with this.
Um, to me, it's like I didn't mind it at first. I thought it was kind of cool, but in the way of like probably my son was when he first heard like they said cunt and suck an old man's cock. You know, when I heard the original, like what you just said, it had much more like it had that British sense of punk and spit and venom where like after you've heard that and you listen to it, it sounds like a bunch of rich kids, you know, cussing for the first time. Um, After I heard Anti Nowhere League's version, I'm like, I can't listen to Metallica's. I was like, this sounds fake as fuck, you know.
It is. The original is better, no doubt.
Yeah. All right, let's see. What do we got after that? All right, Killing Time from Sweet Savage. This is one I got corrected on what band Vivian Campbell was in before Dio. What the fuck did I say? I said I don't know what the fuck I said, like Praying Mantis or some fucking other.
I remember you said Buggy.
I said bungee cord. Uh, Killing Time. Not too bad, not too offensive. I will say the Sweet Savage is better, but I don't think it's that bad. I still like the cover. What do you think?
I love it. It's not as good as the original. And anybody out there that hasn't heard Sweet Savage's song called "Eye of the Storm," I highly say pause this and listen to the Sweet Savage song called "Eye of the Storm" and tell me James Hetfield did not rip off that singer because that was recorded before Metallica. If you listen to that song, "Eye of the Storm," you'll think it's Metallica.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
of
there's
course.
actually a line in that song where he says, "I am the table." way before Lulu.
But Sweet Savage never released an album. They've only had a couple singles out, and I saw not too long ago an interview with Phil Lynott praising Sweet Savage, saying that they played with him. I think they were from Ireland too, and
Yeah.
they did a tour together, and he was praising the fuck out of them, and they didn't even have an album out. But Sweet Savage, they only had 4 or 5 songs.
Right.
They might have done something later, but I'm just talking the Vivian Campbell shit.
Yeah. Yeah. The original era. Yeah.
Good stuff, man. Especially "Eye of the Storm," to me is their best song, and that's Metallica totally ripped off that song for their sound and that voice. You'd think it's James Hetfield. I mean, he sounds identical to young James.
Yeah. But he's not crying about, like, I have to quit drinking. My parents were Christian Scientists. Wah, wah, wah. To quote the great Lars Ulrich, that shit sounded stock. Sounds stock.
Delete that, to quote his great dad.
Stock. Anyway, all right. So then we get into the final tracks, which I didn't know this because I didn't buy this fucking shit when it came out. The last Metallica album I bought was the Black Album, and then I didn't buy another one until Saint Anger. And boy, did I learn my lesson. But anyway, it's Motor Ache, which I guess was released on the limited CD of Hero of the Day, one of the worst Metallica songs ever. But they do Motorhead songs. They do Overkill, Damage Case, Stone Dead Forever, and Too Late, Too Late. And I thought it was recorded at the party for Lemmy, which was at the I don't know if that was at the Rainbow or if it was at the Whiskey, where they came out and they all like had the Lemmy wigs on and the moles on. I thought it was recorded live there, but the versions on this were recorded in a studio live. And I don't know who was recording this shit, but like half the vocals on this version you can barely hear. The band doesn't sound too bad. I think they're kind of pedestrian Motorhead songs to pick. But I mean, it fits like Reload era Metallica. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think Lars could play Overkill on drums, when they recorded this. Definitely no fucking Motorhead. No fucking Motorhead at all. This is like Maroon 5 doing a fucking, Motorhead EP. That's what I think. What do you think?
I think all these Motorhead covers should have been on disc 1 because they suck so hard. My God, and I love these songs. And Too Late, Too Late,
Right.
Too Late, Too Late's an awesome B-side.
Yeah.
And Damage Case. What was the other
Well,
one? Damage Case, Stone Dead Forever, right?
yeah. Well, and then they recorded. They were going to release it as a single, but they ended up not doing it. They did a cover of "Don't Let Daddy Kiss Me," and didn't release it. I don't know why.
But yeah, it's terrible. It fucking sucks. It ruins. I thought this disc was great until the end of it. It's fucking terrible.
Yeah. If Garage Inc. was a Motorhead CD, it would be March or Die. Let's put it that. Horrible though, and I hate that. Well, I mean, here's the thing, and a lot of people might not know here. Like younger listeners to the show, but Garage Days went out of print, and you couldn't get it for a long time. So when Garage Inc. came out, that was the way that a lot of people who came after the fact, that was their first taste at the greatness that was the original Garage Days revisited. And something we need to clear up is it was called Garage Days revisited because the covers on it was the B side of the Creeping Death EP that were called Garage Days Revisited, and it was just the two songs. And then this was Garage Days Revisited. But yeah, I mean, this was something that us Metallica fans back then loved. But I think it went out of print like fairly early, like in '89. You couldn't get it from '89 until Garage Inc. was released, and then luckily, I mean, and I would buy this, even though I hate giving these motherfuckers my money. In I think 2018, Metallica, you could buy this on vinyl, like just the original Garage Days Revisited. And I would love to get that because to me, this is a very special EP. And just listening to it today, getting ready for this, I was like, God damn, it's good. And everything sounds good. You hear Newsted on bass. Lars's drumming is incredible. James' vocals are great. It's not like the cliche, like, oh, Lord, yeah, that he came to later with his fucking stock, like, bullshit. This was like, yeah, Cliff ain't there, but this shit was still really fucking good. That's what I think. You got anything else to add, Ralph?
Nah, it's disc 2 is awesome except till it gets to the Motorhead shit. Everything.
Yeah, but I would say in this day and age, we should encourage fans. Don't buy Garage Inc. Get Garage Days Revisited.
Yeah. Cut the fat.
Yeah, I mean, I would say go to Napster and get like the other songs you might like the Prince or Bread Fan or blah 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 whatever. But don't buy Garage Inc. Get a vinyl copy of this. Or go on iTunes or whatever the fuck you Spotify fucks do. You guys are the worst, you Spotify fucks. But go on there and I guess you don't have to buy it. That you just subscribe to it, you get fucking everything. I don't know. Go fuck yourself. It's your fucking.
I still get paid by Spotify because people still listen to my band.
Awesome.
They send me like an email and it shows all these hits. I'm talking about pages and pages and pages of the people that saw our shit, and then the grand total at the bottom, I owe them 2 pennies.
You know what's fucked up though? I think we're on Spotify. We don't make no money off of being on Spotify.
Well,
up
my band was got on Spotify with this company called CD Baby, and CD Baby would sell our stuff at BestBuy.com and Walmart.com, not in the physical store, but you can get it on their websites. And they did a damn fine job in selling my band, but I decided that I'm not repressing my music anymore, and I also decided to make it public domain.
Yeah, but that's bullshit because when I registered the fucking podcast, I registered it with a company called Tim Bream Cries if you make fun of Ace Frehley taking a dick up the fucking ass.
That's a long-ass title for a company.
How do you think I feel? I had to write all that shit out. Where's our fucking money?
But I want to let all the listeners know that if you get Thrasher Die music and you put it on your YouTube, you will not get a copyright strike. It'll be like you own it. So if you like to use our music, feel free.
Yeah. Well, and I'll say, like, if you want to get this podcast on Spotify, certain people will unfriend you if you make fun of good bands like The Cure.
And just, can you do me a favor and just make it clear, I did not have nothing to do with all this shit you've been saying about,
No, I don't have to make it clear. You know why? Because I can say anything I fucking want.
Yeah, but I didn't.
I get a pass. I get a pass.
I didn't ask you to do this, is what I'm trying to say.
No, you didn't ask me to do it, but that's the beauty of it. You don't have to ask. I can say whatever the fuck I want, and I get away with it. You know why? Because I'm fucking Ian. I'm
That
fucking
is
Wads
true.
up.
That's a great point. Nobody gets mad at Ian.
Yeah, and
Ian,
plus, if
Ian,
you,
Ian does the Madden.
yeah, and if you did, who gives a fuck? Not me. Not me. I'm fucking 50 years old. I got one foot in the fucking grave and like a toe off the other foot. I don't give a fuck. You fucking crybaby fucking bitches. Like I said, I lived through fucking Van Hagar. There's nothing any of you people can do to me that isn't worse than Sammy Hagar fronting my fucking favorite band. So fuck you, fucking pussies.
And I lived
Anyway,
and I lived through the Civil War.
that's right. That's right. And he fought for the West.
I fought to keep slavery.
He fought to keep it in the schools where it belongs with prayer.
I was a Yank.
All right, fuck it. Let's go to the pick of the week. You got a pick of the week, Ralph?
Yeah, I do actually.
Okay, go ahead. Well, fuck, you can't sing the song then. Just go ahead.
Oh wait, no, yeah, no. I'm gonna sing the song. You go first. All right.
Sing the song.
The only time it's cool to say Ian before Ralph. Pick of the week.
All right, my pick of the week is a band that Ralph doesn't like. Well,
I'm unfronting you.
well. I love the new Marilyn Manson album, One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. This is something I was surprised about, man. All the shit Manson's gone through, you know, those lawsuits. He got dropped by his label, his management, and I'm like,
Hey, do you
know,
remember? Hey, Ian, do you remember when all that was happening? I was on
Yeah.
his side. You remember that?
yeah, yeah.
I was on Manson's side during that whole thing. As much as I despise the guy, I thought he got fucked over.
Yeah.
And he proved himself right, didn't he? Didn't he win all those cases?
Oh yeah, no. There's a very interesting. You can check it out. A documentary. It's a 3-part documentary called Marilyn Manson Unmasked or some shit like that. I think it was on like Hulu or some shit like that. So anyway, it's like all this shit was like proven like, you know, not true, or like people dropped their fucking charges, all this shit. Anyway. But I'm thinking, you know, I'm just thinking like business, like how would Metallica think? Okay, we gotta do something here to make some money. I'm thinking like, God, what he needs to do is go back to like, you know, Antichrist Superstar, this Trent Reznor type shit. This is what he needs to do to like make some money, regain popularity and shit. And I heard the first single off of it, and I'm like, well, he didn't do that. But then when I heard the single like the first time, I was like, okay. And then I heard it the second time, I was like, God damn, I really like this song, you know. But it just like, to me, it was Manson doing where he's going, you know. And the whole album's like that. He's not retreading. He's not like trying to rehash this or that. He's just following his own trajectory, and I think it's damn good. I mean, if you watch the footage, I've seen footage, you know, not only the videos, but the live performances, and I hate saying this, I really hate saying this, but it looks like he's kind of clean and sober right now, and he looks the best he's looked in 20 years, and like the live shit, he sounds a lot better. And I don't want to encourage people to fucking quit drinking or doing drugs. I hate that shit. But I think it's working for Manson. The album sounds really good. Again, if you're looking for, you know, Beautiful People Part 23, you know, go listen to Alice Cooper Brutal Planet, which I love that album, but you know what I mean? I think it's really good, and I'm happy for him. I think it's unfortunate that like he's at a point in his career where he's opening up for Five Finger Death Punch or whoever the fuck he's touring. I think it's Five Finger Death Punch. I don't know, but it's pretty sad, whatever it is. But I think it, as an artistic album and as a fan, I think it's a really good fucking album, and that is my pick of the week. Still, though, to this date, and I've seen a lot of people push back against Ralph and I's opinion, still as we're about ready to end the year, Deep Purple's Equal One is my album of the year.
Yeah, mine too, man. Mine too.
I saw, on the video we did for that, some people put like, do you guys have fucking ears? Can you not hear how horrible that sounds? Well, no, apparently I can't. That's still my album of the year.
Our ears rule.
I think so. But I mean, this would be my top 5. But then again, if I think back, oh God, it'd be hard to find 5 albums I like. The Judas Priest album and Deep Purple, and I don't know. I can't remember too much. But it takes me back to 2017 when Ralph and I both had our album of the year was the first Venom Inc. We both agreed that was our metal album of the year.
I'm scratching my balls. Dude, my balls are a little itchy. Excuse me as I scratch them. Keep talking.
Yeah. Don't unfriend him. But yeah, no. Manson, I'm surprised. And I give him respect for not doing the easy way out, which would be to like try to do fucking Antichrist too. He did what he felt, and to my ears, it sounds pretty fucking good. So that's my album of the week. One Assassination Under God, Chapter 1. What you got?
I want to make it clear before I keep going. I love Marilyn Manson, and I also love all you guys out there. Whatever band you love, I love them too.
Oh yeah, and Cheap Trick's not that good.
Yeah. All right. My pick of the week is Metallica's Hardwired to Self-Destruct.
Oof.
I'm gonna listen to that album now because I
need to listen to that again. You just inspired me. I'm gonna load that up on my phone because I haven't listened to it since it came out. I'll give it another try.
I listened to it like maybe 2 months ago or less. And God damn, it's great. And I want to hear it now. I love Halo of Fire. I love Atlas Rise. Man, that song Atlas Rise has so many killer riffs. Now We're Dead is awesome. I love Hardwired. I love Dream No More. I love Murder One. And of course, Spit Out the Bone. I love the fuck out of that album, man. And I'm the guy that stopped caring about Metallica from the Black Album all the way up to Hardwired. I didn't care. Of course, yeah, Memory Remains, Until It Sleeps, a song here and there, But as far as an album goes, there's a couple clunkers on the second disc, I ain't gonna lie. Not very much into, I can't remember the songs, but I did like Confusion. It was like the 2 songs after that. I was like, yeah.
I can't remember. Like, I remember, of course, Spit Out the Bone to me is the standout. And then I remember Atlas Arise or whatever. I like that.
Moth to the Flame is another one.
Yeah, that Moth to the Flame, that's a good one. But then, like, by the end of side 2, I think, Time for a Change, I'm like,
That's Metallica. I mean, Motley Crue.
Same thing, Bob Rock, whatever.
Bob Rock produced Hardwired?
No, that was, I believe, Hardwired was Greg Fielman, who used to work with Slayer on their last couple ones. And I don't know if he did 72 Seasons too.
No, 72 Seasons was Bobby Dahl.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Sounds like it was fucking Ricky Rackman.
Ricky Rackman produced it.
Yeah. That album had 1 foot in the gold gutter and 1 fist in the gold.
Yeah. 1 fist up the ass.
Well, speaking of 1 fist up the ass, we got to go to Fan of the Week. And Fan of the Week is Tim Bream.
Oh, come on, dude.
Tim Bream, come back. Quit being a goddamn bitch. I mean, goddamn.
I do not agree with what Ian's saying, okay? I have nothing to do with it.
No, but hear me out, dude. I love Tim Bream. But I'm just saying, Be a fucking man, come back. And that's what I'm saying to everybody on the Facebook page. Okay, when Tim Bream comes back, don't be a fucking asshole to him. Just say, hey, Tim had a bad day or something happened. And then this goes to something, Ralph, you posted that I think is so important. You know, where you said, I miss Bob Reed.
Yeah, I do.
I do, and I miss Bob Reed. And I saw Mick Watkins put, I don't think Bob Reed ever existed. No, I hung out with Bob Reed.
Yeah,
Bob Reed was a goddamn good dude.
Yep.
Okay, and he did something that's embarrassing. Okay, and I think that's what Tim Bream did. Tim Bream is a good fucking dude. Tim Bream is the kind of guy that give you the shirt off his back, and he's a
good dude. I agree.
Yeah,
Tim Bream is an awesome dude. I do agree with you.
Tim Bream is a family man, and I know a lot more about Tim Bream than most of you fuckers do. Okay? He's a good guy with a good heart and a good soul.
He does.
But you know what? He had a fucking week where he had his panties in a fucking bunch.
No comment.
And we've all done that. We've all done some stupid shit, you know? And we've all done this. But you know what? You know, let's not do the internet shit where we all jump on everybody and that deems who they fucking are and all this shit. Because I want Tim Bream back. The same way I want Bob Reed back. You know, I got Bob Reed's personal phone number. And I know it's his fucking phone number because I called him on it. And he won't answer my fucking phone calls. You know why? Because he's so fucking embarrassed because of how people are on the fucking internet.
I gotta tell you, Ian, the guy was relentlessly attacked, and I didn't like it.
Yeah. No, he was, and we've all done some stupid shit or said some fucked up shit on the fucking internet. Okay, because it's one of those, anything can. I don't give a fuck what Bob Reed did. I hung out with Bob Reed, and
I don't care either. The guy didn't hurt anybody. All right, he faked a girlfriend, but at least his girlfriend was hot. The fake girlfriend was hot.
Yeah. Tim Bream likes Kiss. They're not even a real band. You know? But I love him, and he's a good guy. You know? And I know if anything happened and I need Tim Bream, he'd be there. And I want him back on the fucking page. And I want him back interacting. He makes me fucking laugh. He's a good dude. I love fucking Bill Wang. I'd do anything for Bill Wang, even though he's pissed me off and done shit. These people are my friends. Justin Childers. I wish Justin Childers would come back. That was a funny motherfucker. You know? We had a good time. You know, let shit go. Let people come back. People make fucking mistakes. You know? Fuck. God damn it, people. I bought 5150 OU812 and fuck. And the live album. Still give me a fucking chance. You know? I came to my fucking senses, but I made fucking mistakes. Everybody makes fucking mistakes. But quit being a bitch. Let's all be fucking men. And fucking, you know.
Hey,
how much Metallica sucks in the 90s.
You remember my doozy mistake, Ian?
Yeah, but, you know, in your defense, you know, Terrence, I mean, you could have made worse mistakes.
That's exactly what I was going to say. I said my mistake was hiring Terrence.
You know, fuck it.
Something that I have regretted for years because he doesn't go away. But I haven't heard from him in quite a while, and I hope it stays that way, and I wish him well.
Yeah, I wish Terrence well too. You know, I had an opportunity to do a show with him on fucking Mark Allen Taylor's podcast that nobody listens to, and I decided against it. No, I'm being honestly, I'm being serious here for a minute because I thought it wouldn't be good for his mental health. And sometimes, how far is a joke worth it if you could fuck up somebody's life? You know,
it's boring already. It got to the boredom. You know, it's like, why?
Well, trust me. If we did the episode, it wouldn't be boring. It'd be funny. But
yeah, but it was boring bringing him up anymore. It was like, let's just move on. You know.
Oh, it would have been funny though. It would have been. But still, what's it worth? What if it sends like a person into like some kind of like in a true real life, not a fucking Facebook reality, but in a real reality into a meltdown. Is it fucking worth it? No. No. Is it worth it to kill a Sammy Hagar fan in real life? Yes. It is. But anyway, all I'm getting at is Tim Bream come back. And when Tim Bream comes back, to all the other people on the Facebook page, don't be a fucking dick. But if somebody makes a jab at you, Tim Bream, suck it up too. The same with Bob Reed. If Bob Reed's still out there and you watch this, hey, there's people out here that still care about you, that worry about you, that want to hear that you're okay. Every time I call this guy, it goes to voicemail, and I never hear anything back, and I worry like, hey, are you all right? Fuck the internet. Fuck what people think. Fucking let a motherfucker know you're alive. Let a motherfucker know you're okay, because there's people out here who care about you. It's fucking Facebook, you fucking fags. And don't take that wrong if you're gay. There's some things worse than putting another man's dick in your mouth. It's called listening to fucking Sammy Hagar records. And that I judge.
And you're not talking about gay people. You're talking about bundles of wood in Canada.
Right. Thank you. So anyway, that's our episode. Come back next week.
It was a good one, wasn't it?
Yeah. Come back next week when we talk about the Beatles.
Yeah. Next week with Ryan T. Russell, Edwin Cannistraci, Ian, and I will be ranking the Beatles albums. Now, I'll let the other guys know, but I do not want to add Past Masters onto it because those aren't Beatle albums.
Right.
And what else? I guess that's it, right? Everything else is an album.
Well, plus, we don't want to bring up the fact that one of the best Beatles songs is "You Know My Name." Look up the number.
Yeah.
Ralph will piss me off, and I'll have to unfriend him because I love that song.
It was classic, Ian. I had TikTok man on the Vieira Vault talking about the Beatles, and he went off on you for liking that song. and then he went off on me for liking Long and Winding Road.
Oh,
TikTok rules. I wish he'd come back.
Let him come back on so I can unfriend him for making fun of me. I love that song.
Yeah, we both were goofing on you on that one.
TikTok man, that's a motherfucker needs to come back and fucking school.
Big time. My favorite. He's my all-time favorite guest that we've ever had on the podcast. TikTok man.
That was a fucking amazing.
He was such a killer ball buster.
How about hanging out with him at Rockin' Pod, man?
He was the best. Remember when I made him flex behind us?
And he was there. He was there at the first two.
And he was dude, we're up there doing our shtick, and he's behind us going like.
Oh my God, that shit was awesome.
Man rules. What a great dude, man. I do miss him.
That is awesome.
I wish you have his phone number?
I gotta look. I don't know if I have his.
If you do, text it to me. I'll call him.
I sent him like a private message on Facebook, like in the private messenger thing, but he's never on fucking Facebook. It was so funny. Like remember at Rockin' Pod 2, he's like, hey, don't mention I'm here with this chick because I'm going through a fucking divorce. Yeah, you ain't going to hear nothing. I mean, it's been fucking how many years now? So it's safe to say, but it was so funny. He's like, hey, don't mention anything, And he was with like that older chick, who was like, what was she, like a fucking doctor or a scientist or some shit? Yeah, it was funny.
She was important, whatever she did. She was nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was a nice chick.
Yeah. But
TikTok, man, miss him, man.
Yeah, he needs to come back.
Yeah. Definitely. That would be the guest to get, man. But I'm not putting down other guests. We've had a bunch of killer guests. Brian Davis.
Oh yeah. I gotta go on Brian Davis. That reminds me. I gotta text him back. God damn it. I'm supposed to guest on his show. We gotta have Brian Davis back on.
He's another great guest. I love Brian Davis.
Oh, and I can't wait to have Heather Drain on the show for
Heather Drain, yeah.
And we got a fun episode planned coming up soon. Um, this is somebody I went to high school with that turned me on to like the harder stuff that I got into, and apparently he has an issue with Ralph, so that's going to be funny.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
got to.
yeah. We were talking about it, and Ian said asked me if it was okay because the guy wants to argue with me, and I'm like, you kidding me? Bring him on. That'd be awesome. I mean,
All right, but Ralph, he might unfriend you. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying, man. Anybody that's got an issue with me, I am down to talk to you because obviously I don't know who this person is. Obviously, I've never said a word to him. So if you got a problem with me me not even knowing who you are, I'd love to talk to you, big time.
Well, if you liked this amazing episode, come back next week when we talk about some little band called the Beatles, right here on the Rock and Metal Combat Podcast.
Hey, schmack 'em a gob there, Ian.
Bye bye.